Welcome, everybody, to the Get Bit podcast for blurs, for nerds. If you have a fandom, you are most certainly welcome here. We are your host of the most, myself, Spartan, Tafara TV, Show Guy Joe. Fellas, we are back live. It's officially the weekend. How are we feeling?
Very disappointed in a certain man named Logan. 6 seasons forward and a whole series backwards.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is. Whoo, that was a lot. Although shout out to more.
Maybe I need to go back and finally watch The Thing and the original Aliens. I feel like it's been a minute.
Yep. Joe, what say you?
On a new computer, and yet somehow still fuzzy. Don't understand why.
I mean, it's coming through crisp and clear, and I can see more of the back. This is actually a very nice setup you have, Joe. It is very like ultimate. I own shit back here.
Right.
I mean, I worked for it.
Like very much the things you talk about. Like I got a new toy. Now I see where they all go, and it's actually.
This is just the combiner stuff. The Toku stuff is in another room. I have a Toku table. This is actually just my living room in general.
This is why I can't wait for Joe to have a full room to where he shows everything he has.
Yeah, no,
I've done that before.
It's a dope man cave you have, and now I can like properly appreciate it. Like
I try very hard, thank you.
But also props on the new toy. I hope
yes.
May your GPU and CPU run smoothly.
Right.
Yeah, I got it set in show pretty colors while things are going by my leg.
Nice.
No, I got a new computer last week. I bought it for my friend Ryan. Gave me a great deal for like $535 for like the new computer and the monitor. My monitor is now freaking huge, which is why I look so much shorter than I did last time because my monitor is huge. So my webcam is sitting up even higher. This is how most people see me at work anyways.
Okay, so I moved mine down. So normally it's like raised up, I realized. So I tried eye level today. So we're all experimenting here.
Nope. This is how most people see me at work when I need uppies for the shelf.
Hey, if you come to BlurredCon, you saw what those women said. They specifically requested bench presses. I am just the messenger.
Look, and I put that in that comment. It's like I always request uppies at work. I'm 5'5", and those shelves are high.
Okay, well, if whatever muscle mommy gives you uppies, she then gets 3 minutes of playtime. So then it's benches and curls for you.
I will let them know by a blinking monitor on my chest.
Oh dear God!
But also,
please,
no,
blinking red. You got to put me down.
But also, please, people come to BlurredCon as like wrestling refs. Please make this happen. I don't know wrestling. That's like the one joke I can contribute. And apparently, that is actually a discussion with the staff on if that should be their outfits for next year. And I'm like, please,
yes,
do. I will happily get a dirty shirt. I will get 3 shirts too dirty during BlurredCon if I can just slide in and just tap people out.
I have a friend who could help you with that because I do know somebody who is a legitimate professional referee for pro wrestling.
I also said somebody needs to, and I don't know if he had another persona or another character they can cosplay. Somebody needs to come as Zeus as one day and then Debo the next day.
That would work. Well, I can see a few people doing that.
My one thing I am very surprised about from DreamCon is I am not hearing anything about the Dragon Ball Xenoverse 3 stuff.
You're hearing about it, just not from any of the people there, because I watched so much of that footage go up with like, look at the analyzation of Super. I'm like, are y'all crediting it? Because there's only one play. That was like small content creator like complaint. I was telling people, hey, if you're gonna play that demo, watermark everything, because I'm watching so many of these like Dragon Ball creators do these like deep dives in TikTok and I'm like, all this footage is for a fact coming from one place, meaning you're actively stalking these people and just snatching everything they post, but not tagging them or doing that lazy tag at the bottom where like it's covered by the caption. So there was some stuff, and I think some people did get footage recorded. I think they're waiting on it to get released to them. But as far as it goes, the Xenoverse activation went really well. I heard Bandai's actually very happy with it. I'm very curious to see how that goes at Camp Flog, though. I did not like Dragon Ball and the Tyler the Creator event doesn't seem like it doesn't go together. You just never expect to see it in your lifetime.
Right. Now, I will say this. If you did get a chance to go to DreamCon, please let us know what you think. I know right now there is some negative news out there. Unfortunately, a lot of people who are not of the con environment, of not the blurred and nerd environment, decide to come out there for nefarious gains. we're not going to give them airtime. They're already getting all the attention they want right now.
The attention they deserve. Now it's all shifted to Stream University. On top of that, Anime NYC with one W amongst like 49 other L's.
Right.
They have their new policy. And I said like 2 years ago, people are going to start either putting policies or banning them. And then John from RDC, who he's one of the heads of DreamCon, that's pretty much all he does. Mm-hmm. Was like, I see everything. Like, don't think I'm not peeping stuff. Like, we might need to gatekeep a little bit more next year, but like, we're still planning, we're still plotting. It was a good year. The gaming hall always does great. You may not see as much stuff come out of it, but as far as the indie game devs and the game developers and like the fighting tournaments, if you're looking for that stuff, it's there. It's just there's so many people creating content, so many viral, like the Pot of Greed video. That shit said I was crying at that because that dude was just walking around like there's so many different things going on. So like even if you don't see a lot come out of it, that doesn't mean it didn't do well. It just there's just so much happening at once that is actually good. Right. But yeah, I did see some Xenoverse gameplay coming out of there. And we'll see more coming out at I forget what the next thing they're at, but people are already doing. I'm seeing a lot of Xenoverse think pieces on why is this here and look at the HUD, and I'm just like, damn, it's that serious? Like
they when it comes to Dragon Ball Xenoverse, like I said, a game that has more support than Microsoft, Apple, and most operating systems combined. That's saying a lot. But no, seriously about DreamCon, I love the fact that so many people got to experience cons for the first time. So people got to cosplay for the first time. I heard, from a lot of people that have actually posted on social media about it. It was a great success. I'm just saying, guys, if that was your first con experience, hopefully you get to go to more, not just DreamCon, BlurCon, HBCU Con. There's an entire listing, which we will get a listing of those for all those that are interested. Because
they turned the Black Viltrumite racist tweets into a meme, and that is just hilarious.
They had a whole group of Viltrumite.
They had. I love that cosplay meetups are becoming a thing. Like one of my friends got to host the Sonic meetup and host her first panel, which was dope. But the Black Viltrumites,
that was great. That was freaking great. I am not complaining about that. But like we said, if you got to go to DreamCon, hopefully you did. Let us know what you guys thought about your experience. If you want to go, look, at this point, this is how sometimes cons go. Once they get popular, hey, go ahead and get your tickets, airfare, and all that stuff. And, of course, go to Zhalfir TV because he has rules of going to the con, how to plan for a con, what to do at a con, what to do post-con, and, of course, the rules, what you should be following anyway. So, again, let us know what you guys thought about DreamCon. And, of course, if you are going to cons, let us know. And we will post a link up to all the cons that you should be visiting. Thanks to Hellspawn Cosplay. We'll get that up momentarily. But as you know, guys, we do show trailers that sometimes may be too intense for younger viewers. So viewer discretion is advised. And, well, we're all older, so words are going to fly. That being said, we do have our first trailer of the night for Kamen Rider Myth as they are going over the cast and getting to know the newest addition to the Kamen Rider universe.
緊急特報仮面ライダーマイス
2つの交わらない世界というか
絶対交わらない二陣営っていうので未来と過去とか
集団と個人とか
対義語としての猫とネズミ
数作たちはみんなやっぱり腰ベルトはちょっと落ち着くねって感じ
スーパーマイスターっていう役なので安心感安定感
一筋縄ではいかない雰囲気も漂いつつっていう
強いヒロインであるってことと主人公の守るべき相手であるっていうことと
いろいろ背負っていくヒロインなので
仮面ライダーマイス音住空役の秋谷育穂です
水木ゆな役堀川莉子です
ユナの執事で専属マイスタ
ー考え方で言ったらヒーローに近いんじゃないかと
型にはまらない正義のために変身しているのではなくて地図になっているんです実は
存在感のあるラスボスに近い役っていうことで
貫禄があってでかくて圧は強いんだけどめっちゃいい方
峰高かのり役そして仮面ライダーマオを演じます東圭介です とある組織のリーダー、冷静であり、無邪気でもあり、謎のある役かなと僕は思ってますね。時代を感じるような衣装なんですけれども、これがね、話にどう関わってくるのか、そこも楽しみにしてほしいです。
7月24日公開の映画仮面ライダー Z さよならのミッションに2人で出演します。ぜひ劇場でお会いしましょう。
You in the summer flick?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's new. So we're actually going to get to see them in the Kamen Rider Zets movie, July.
That is tradition. So usually the summer movie is where the next year's writer, and sometimes when they were still around, it really makes me sad saying that. When next year's Sentai would come in, would be the winter movie. To debut the new Super Sentai would be the winter movie, and Kamen Rider the new debut writer would be in the summer movie.
Okay, so July 24th in Japan, which means we won't see it until sometime next year.
Right. These movies do actually impact some of the story. Like when Kamen Rider Ghost first appeared, they had to make some rewrites on how the character moved because Ghost legit moved like a horror ghost.
Yeah.
And it scared the kids too much. So they did not go through with that movement in the actual series.
Gotcha. I want to say this, though. This is probably the cleanest introduction I've ever seen for an actor.
I was going to say, like, this is like somebody's been watching the Stranger Than Heaven trailers and was like, you know what? I got an idea for
it transforms from a pimp named Jerry into that cat named Curtis.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad about this man. That is clean.
Hate.
If you go intercept your the costume has it. No, sir, that costume is clean. For you to be the villain and you like, you know what? If I'm gonna be the villain, I'm gonna be a sharp ass villain. I am not knocking him for that. But no,
yeah, but it's giving Fight for New York just a little bit.
Yeah, but no. But like we said, again, this is a surprise to us. You are going to see the new Kamen Rider Myth and the Kamen Rider Zets movie if you are lucky enough to see it in Japan. If not, you'll be waiting for the rest of us. But also the series itself, I apologize, I didn't let it play all the way through. Looks like it's going to be August the 4th at 11 o'clock Japan time. So that would be what, us 3 something, Joe?
6 hours ahead and flip the thing. So.
Because I think this is dual cast, right?
This is going to be dual cast again.
Mm-hmm.
So this will probably still air around the same time as we do. They'll probably just delay our airing.
Gotcha. So I'm trying to think. Japan time, they're 6 hours ahead of them. Are they 6 hours ahead of us or 8?
2 hours. 2 hours from that time and then flip the AM to PM is what I usually do. I might be wrong. So that would be 1 p.m.
So yeah, so in our case, because we're CST, they're 14 hours ahead of us.
14.
So yeah, so since we're on Central Standard Time, that's 14 hours for us. So hang on a second.
Yeah, 1 p.m.
Okay, so 1 p.m. Got it.
1
so
p.m.
either way,
on Sunday.
So yeah, 1 p.m. on Sunday. So no, that's cool. I'm curious to see this. I am not gonna lie. I am catching up on Zets. I am trying my hardest to catch up on Zets. If you haven't already seen it, if you haven't caught up on it. What are you saying, Joe?
I just hate how fuzzy my camera is because it's got that auto thing, but
I think you can turn it off.
Yeah.
No longer because I'm on Windows 11 and Windows 11 does not run the camera thing. I have to go and do the camera thing.
You gotta go. You gotta go through settings. So you have to go through
in StreamYard. Can't you do it? Can't you?
In StreamYard, you can change it up. Quiet you. In StreamYard, you can change the to 720 or lower.
Okay.
So you can change it in the camera options at the bottom if you go to your devices and hit that wheel, and then go to your visual and then go to your camera. It should give you the ability to change the camera resolution. That might help a little bit. But I know for Windows, which I'll work with you, Joe, because Windows 11 is funny when it comes to camera.
You want to turn the sharpness either up or down, and I forget which one it is.
You might need to go try down.
I'm at 8 right now.
Does it let you go to 5?
Nope, still fuzzy. Let me try going up.
Okay.
So they normally get a movie and then a TV show. Basically, that is how the Kamen Rider shifts usually work.
Yeah, so they'll get a movie in the summer, and this is going to be dual build with Space Sheriff Gavin. Because they're normally, the Kamen Rider movies are usually only like Disney movies, or like 90 minutes.
Okay. I mean, I kind of miss that era of TV though. We used to get a 1 hour special or movie to start the show.
Yeah.
And it was actually like the first 2 or 3 episodes, but because like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends did that. I know 16 was already like halfway through, but they gave us one of their like Halloween specials as an introduction episode.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, the Dude of the Living Dead. I'm like, what the hell is this? And then it turns out it was actually a show about teenagers with some episodes that didn't really need to be banned because we're somewhat grown.
I mean, you would think. But
it is, but like there's an episode where like the chicks have been hanging out long enough and like they swap personalities and it turns out they synced up. And I'm like, that's like the perfect type of realistic for 16-year-olds.
True. Roll Tide, Bama.
I would say, are y'all in preseason yet or scheduled?
No, not yet. We are college football. I think it's still 3 weeks out.
And LeBron has just got the entire NBA in a chokehold.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother story of this. Just let that man retire. But anyway, speaking of things that we're looking forward to, I'm surprised, and I kind of forgot about this. The Proud Family is coming back with their season 4 trailer for the Proud Family Louder and Prouder. And they don't seem to miss on the trailers.
Yep, I'm glad y'all at least getting the send-off. 4 seasons seems to be the magic number.
Penny, drop BB off at school.
And I want brisket tonight.
And Sugar Mama can use the pedicure.
I get that you're upset that I ran away, but I came back. What's the big deal?
We've been halfway around the world looking for these 2 kids. They've got to learn a lesson.
Oscar, this is a violence-free zone.
Well, then keep Sugar Mama out of here.
Boy, you better be glad they're cameras.
We just want to know we're an important part of your life. The same way you're important to us.
That's
Kobe jersey?
Let's go. Here we are, Dinosaur and Donut Land.
Anthony Anderson.
Sugar Mama, why don't you join our team?
Oh, y'all know I'm too old for that.
You too old to be breathing, but that's never stopped you.
You know what, Oscar? Doggone it, I'm gonna do it.
It's my chance to do something nobody has ever done.
Everybody grab your wigs! Hey, Trudy, you gotta see this.
Oh, yeah, that's how we do it.
Hello, Miss Mariah.
I got this.
What are you gonna do, old lady? You can't hurt me. You get down on the taco.
Yondu?
All right, so I know the Proud Family is pretty fantastical at times, but I feel like because this may be the final season, they just don't care about how grounded it is anymore.
Well, I mean, that and the fact that Sugar Mama apparently has learned air breathing with the cane, that was different.
Her cane has AI. It had an auto whooping.
Auto whooping.
Yes. But
I'm
also,
just sure
this episode, I'm curious to see this episode because, like, I fully thought the show was going to get canceled on the worst note ever. After 20 years of hearing Penny get told no boys, the last episode is her running away with the boy. And I'm just like, please don't. So at least the fact they're getting a final season, but yeah, I get it. They're getting a little more ridiculous with the plots, which is fine. I'm glad Anthony Anderson's character is still coming back. And Mariah Carey, which everyone is very excited for. Because Mariah was like one of the first guest stars that people really like recognized on this show.
Yeah. And I can see it kind of going ridiculous, but I mean, it's supposed to be. It's a cartoon. I mean,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's like, for the most part, minus some like wacky things, the Proud Family was pretty grounded.
Yeah, for a while, I agree. But the whole idea of just them, I mean, is them going off the walls. I guess because it's the final season, you can just have. I'm not saying have fun with it, but just hey, if you're gonna go extreme, what's to stop you? It's not like you don't have another season.
Yeah, because they had the weird 2 secret agent episodes last season that I felt like it could have been swapped out. And then I see, it said JB Smooth, and there's a lot more guests coming in this time. I'm hoping it's 10 episodes and not 9, because that seems to be the magic number lately on all the Disney Plus stuff, which is also kind of weird. I'm also hoping we get to see some of these stories wrap up if this is really we're done for a second time. And I know they have like a Christmas special coming out later in the year. I would like to see what is the character Phil Lamar played that is now played by EJ Johnson. The one boy in the group, I would like to see like some kind of reconciling with him and his dad, since I know even in the OG shows, like he doesn't let me call him dad. He makes me call him coach. And now that his character,
I know what you're talking about. It took me a second.
Michael, because Michael completely flew over my head as a kid. But now that Michael is how he is in the current show, and I'm like, yeah, the fact that your dad still doesn't let you call him dad feels like there's deeper levels to that, and I'd like to see that get touched to some degree. Maybe an episode where Oscar finally addresses, hey, Sugar Mama's low-key kind of abusive and ruined my life. And like,
that was the funny part where he said there, it said no violence in the house. I said, then why is Sugar Mama here? Every time Sugar Mama, boy, you lucky there's cameras. I was like,
yeah, like low-key, the fact that you favorited your other son and kind of treated Oscar like trash, like it's been good running gag. But like, I would like to see maybe one attempt where they try to talk like a serious, like, "Hey, this is not okay." Like, and I'm also tired of like these new age people talking about, "Oh, everything's abusive." Shut
I
up.
feel like since the reboot, Sugar Mama has come around on not being very favorable to Bobby, though. Like, she recognizes Bobby as a roustabout, lazy good for nothing.
She does, but then when Tiffany Haddish's character came in. And she was like, "Oh, you were that girl who went to prom. It was no good for my Bobby." She's like, "You didn't have to spoon feed him at our dinner table, though." Like, so she still has those tendencies in her. Is the problem? Like, and then Bobby's actually seemed like he's doing a little bit better in the show with actually having performances in some gigs. Like, even when they did the Old Town Road episode.
Yeah.
So, like, if her and Bobby's relationship can evolve a little bit, I would like to see her and Oscars get better, because like even when Penny had to go do, even when basically like when Penny got in trouble and had to go stay at Sugar Mama's house, and she slept in the tiny bed, like, this is a dog, but it's like, no, it's you used to be your dad's. I'm like, damn, he just never got a break. And then she basically ruined a record deal they could have had when they were younger. Like, yeah, like I would like to see Oscar and Sugar Mama address like, hey, we laugh at this, but it's like when Meg stood up for herself in Family Guy and everyone hated that episode, but I'm like, it'd be nice to see them take a swing at it.
Yep. Now, of course, the Proud Family Louder and Prouder, its final season does start streaming on July 29th. So again, not that far away. But yeah, it's kind of hard to see a show that, you know, we're used to. Then it was in limbo for a second, and now all of a sudden we're getting the final season. So like I said, enjoy it while we can, because you know Disney's quick to move and add stuff, especially with D23 coming. But switching to video games for a second, we do have some Fatal Fury Sea of the Wolves news, especially with the new season. And I can't believe we're already headed towards season 3.
Yeah. I feel like we just got this game.
Right. We just got this game and we're already going into season 3. But here's the intro trailer.
Feel the storm? It's coming.
Voice acting.
Callback.
I mean, might as well be. So that
he literally says that in the Fatal Fury movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he does. So for that was the intro. Again, we saw new characters being added to the already growing roster. One of them actually just literally 4 hours ago actually showed the intro to one of the newest characters of season 3. His name is Rick Stroud, and this is the trailer.
Let's begin. Don't underestimate me. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
All I gotta say is, did Balrog have a son? But that's Rick Stroud. Sorry, go ahead and say it tomorrow.
I'll say also in the last video, was Mr. Karate driving a car?
Yep, Kana Segura.
With the mask on, is that allowed?
Yes. But no, this is Rick Stroud again, one of the newer characters for season 3 in Fatal Fury, Sea of the Wolves. I refuse to get my ass pulled by somebody in skin tight jeans and boots with all hands, but looks like a solid character. I am not gonna lie, the fact that he kind of reminds me of old boy from Tekken 3, because I did not see him throw one kick. It's just been all hands.
That's what you would expect. I was expecting a foot to fly in there, but no. And this is the guy we watched the animated teaser for like a couple weeks ago, right?
I want to say yes, but I'd wait for Joe to get back to answer that question. I want to say yes, but I'm not 100% sure, because he reminds me, because Balrog didn't throw. I was like, Balrog didn't throw kicks either. He threw nothing but punches. Now that I think about it, Steve Fox from Tekken, all he did was throw punches. So yeah, I guess he's just one of those types. But no, he looks interesting. I will say that. But also wanted to get to where they were saying, and apologies guys, because he will be available July 23rd. This is what I wanted to get to. So this is what we have for the season 3 DLC characters so far. Of course, Rick Stroud coming out this July, which is not too far off from now. Duck King, he'll be coming out in August. Kip Kaplan will be coming out in September. We have a mystery character coming out in, there he is. We have a mystery character coming out in October, a character coming out in December, and of course we get Loudcore in November. Joe, help me out here. Because Tafara had a question I think only you probably knew the answer to. Or did you hear it?
I was saying, yeah, isn't this the guy, like the animated teaser guy we reacted to a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, it is. He is
the
one of the main characters from the redone Fatal Fury series called Real Bout.
Okay.
So he is the Lost Wolf as opposed to Terry's Lonely Wolf.
All right, but your thoughts on Rick Stroud, Joe?
He got him them hands.
I mean, nothing but hands. I was like, he just reminds me. I was just saying, he reminds me of Balrog and Steve Fox. It's just like they don't throw any kicks whatsoever. It's always hands.
Well, I mean, he doesn't throw a rose, so there's no relation to Dudley. I mean, Dudley's retired and doing Balrog's hair as a barber now, so
that's true.
I mean, the only thing I don't like about this season is we're getting Kim Kaplan. Yeah. It's not that I don't like Kim Kaplan. It's we already got his 2 sons. I kind of feel like this spot should have gone to somebody else, like since we're a bit more forward in time, maybe Segumi Sendo. She is the pro wrestling fangirl from Fatal Fury Wild Ambition, or maybe Yamazaki from Fatal Fury would have been better. But, you know, if we're going to keep going in this DLC season, because this roster's huge.
Well, I mean, we still got 2 mystery characters to be filled out in October.
Yeah, but these are going to be guests. Those mystery characters.
I was going to say, are people theorizing who the collab characters
mine are, if we get Guilty Gear, it'll be Soul Bad Guy and Biken. If we do King of Fighters, it'll be Kyo and Iori or K-Dash and Kula, or whatever the new current hero character is, and the new main bad guy.
I mean, with the SNK library, I am just saying
it doesn't necessarily have to be the SNK library, because remember we got Ken and Chun-Li in season 1.
True, but I mean, if I wanted to go back, like I always say it best, I'm more a fan of the older SNK fighting games. I would not be surprised if you wanted to bring back one just for nostalgia.
I wouldn't even be surprised if they dropped JoJo and Dio.
Yeah,
that honestly would be great. Either because, good lord, is Stone Ocean just in limbo right now?
Right.
You mean Steel Ball Run, right?
Right, Steel Ball. Right, I forgot. Stone Ocean Steel Ball Run is what? Still got only one episode out?
Yep.
So I
still
mean,
on Netflix.
They could bring out Steel Ball Run or just good old Jotaro Joestar.
They could, but will they is the question. But no, as you guys can see, Rick's Trial will be available very soon in July for season 3, like we were talking about. That Fatal Fury Sea of the Wolves is already in season 3. I think Street Fighter 6 is now in season 5, 4. Okay, I think Street Fighter is season 4, and Tekken is Tekken, but you know, not Tekken.
The thing Fatal Fury has over all the other ones is they are legit putting out a character a month. It's not a character a quarter. Yeah, it is a new character a month.
Although Street Fighter is going to go crazy once Tifa comes out.
Absolutely.
But no one's going to be playing that because we're all going to be playing Final Fantasy.
Does Tifa come out before or after?
She comes out after. So what?
She's probably going to drop concurrently with the game.
With crap, I forgot what the
Revelation.
With Revelation, I could see that. I mean, it would make sense from a marketing standpoint that she comes out Revelation, but oh god, that's gonna be a game in itself. But speaking of other games that came out that with trailers, Wolverine did drop another one, and this one is called Ain't No Hero. But again, if you watch the latest X-Men 97,
I said they timed this joint, but this had to be done on purpose based on how that last episode went, and then this came out like a couple days later.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen it, here's the trailer.
I've lived long enough. It's all started to blur together. Every fight. Every death.
Oh shit!
Try and hold on. I can feel it.
He's not going to be in Rush Hour 3. The hand. Oh, Lady Deathstrike.
Deathstrike, yeah. You working for the man?
She works for the hand sometimes.
Ooh, the claw marks. Not the photo. Oh.
That's gone.
Oh no.
Nothing left except rage.
Okay, so those were hand ninjas we saw in that first trailer.
Yeah, so that had to be the hand. But dang, I'd like Lady Deathstrike with the hand. Well, she did work with the hand beforehand, so I guess that would make sense. I'm sorry, y'all, I got caught up. So that was Marvel Wolverine, as you guys can see, comes out September 15th. We are not too far away. Yes, this does come with a disc. We need to stress that very heavily.
Everyone all these companies are shook and just like, hey, we know why you're upset. Please don't bring any of that shit in this direction. And I don't blame y'all.
Hey Sor, hey Geek by Heart. But no, thank you, Insomniac, for listening, because again, if you weren't paying attention, guys, when the whole disc fiasco with Sony came out, people were reaching out to the Insomniac, the director of the game of Wolverine, and said, yes, you will get a disc. So for all those that are wondering, you still get a disc, but
no collectors. You're getting no collector's edition though. It's literally just base game. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to pull something out of their ass, but yeah, you get this. I think there's a digital deluxe, and that is literally all there is as far as editions.
Yeah, but I just love the fact that Insomniac is treating this like the rent is due, and I am not complaining. It looks. I know we saw a little bit of gameplay, but if where they're going with this, we're seeing Wolverine. In this trailer, we did see Sabretooth. We saw Lady Deathstrike. We saw the Hunters.
Him and Sabretooth almost got matching outfits on. So I'm curious if
that was the Weapon X program stuff.
Okay. I was like, are we Weapon Xing or?
Yeah. Well, we're Weapon Xing, but I mean, Insomniac, if y'all treat this game the way you treat other games, y'all might have a contender for game. Y'all might have a hard contender for making sure this is a solid game we get to play. But Lady Deathstrike, I'm not complaining about the look. I like the look. I like her look versus X-Men 97, which again, if you saw X-Men 97, you'll see what we're getting at.
She was trying so hard to be nice to Morph. Like, you're gonna get your heart broken this episode. Like, why are you here? What are you doing? Come on, you don't need to, this is a grown folks field trip. You don't need to be here for this.
But Wolverine does look great. I can't wait to play it. Joe, any thoughts on it?
I mean, I'm definitely going to play it. That goes without saying. No, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're getting Weapon X. Apparently, they're rounding up mutants. I'm guessing all the Weapon X people we're going to see where they ended up post-program. So maybe that is a flashback with Sabretooth, and maybe Deathstrike is now hanging with the hand in Japan, which I'm curious what takes us to Japan. Because I know Wolverine has his whole story over there, but I'm curious to see how we keep going from location to location.
Fair. Me too. But like I said, come September 13th, we're going to hopefully find out about that. As Laney says, I need all discs. Yes, we do, because physical media is more important than ever. And again, it would be the one time if Suncoast was still around to be sitting there saying my time to shine. But the next game trailer we do have, guys, is called Ratchet Clank Ranger Rumble, because if you're like me, we are due for another Ratchet Clank game. I'm just saying. Not to say that a Rift Apart wasn't fun. A Rift Apart was very good.
That was the reboot, right? Or was that a second one of this new?
That was a.
I know we're in a new Ratchet timeline. I just couldn't remember if that was the first or second game.
That's the second game. So this is the second game after. So a Rift Apart was the second after the game, after the timeline. But again, if you haven't had a chance to play a Ratchet & Clank game, would highly recommend that you do. In this case, I had not seen the trailer for this one for Ratchet & Clank Ranger Rumble, so I guess we're all going to find out what's it about, because I got no freaking clue, unless Tafari or Joe, y'all know.
Nope.
Nada.
Sweet. And here's the trailer. Okay, so that was the trailer for Ratchet & Clank Ranger Rumble. It looks like it's a
little mobile arena gotcha game, because everyone's doing rumbles now. We got Sonic Rumble. I know Mario Kart had their own little rumble mode within their game on mobile that's shutting down now.
So yeah, it looks like it is a mobile app arena fighter, which I'm not against it. I mean, you're playing against others, so it looks like you get to use various gadgets, and of course, there's skins because it's a mobile game. But it looks interesting. I would probably give it a shot. Looks like you can actually pre-register for this. It looks like it's both for Apple and Google. So I'm sorry, Apple and Android. I keep on wanting to say Google, like it's not a part of Android. But anyway, I give it a shot to see what it's about. But what do y'all guys think?
I don't know. I feel like I'm over gacha games because like they're cool when they drop, and then next thing you know, people spend money. Because I'm not spending money. I'm very much a free to play person. But then like 2 years go by and they get shut down. And it's like, yeah, people spent money on this because they loved the IP or they were having fun, and that's the gacha game. Like it's if they had another,
pretty much, Bama.
Yeah, with a little female customized Ratchet wearing a Clank skin, basically. I don't know. I'm not against it. I'm always happy to see Ratchet and Clank and these other IPs getting love. Yeah. But I just hope this isn't a cash grab versus we can do this instead of making a Ratchet game or, you know, another series or that movie that we tried and did okay and then just turned our back on. Like I wish this was coming out on top of something else, but right now, you're a Ratchet and Clank fan. It's kind of all you get.
Pretty much. I'm sorry, what you saying, Fire?
No, that was it. That was just someone's computer beeped.
Oh, okay. Joe, what say you? Enough to play a mobile game, or probably let this one wave as it passes you by?
Yeah, hard pass.
Yep, fair enough. So the next thread that we do got, guys, is for Avatar. I forgot which one you called this. Either you called it Tafari or Joe called it on this next character.
No, we knew it because it was part of the roadmap.
What was it? Wasn't it like a poll? They had like a vote.
No, you're thinking Amon.
Is that was it Amon who was on the?
Amon's the one that's on the vote.
Okay, I thought it was the.
Was Tenzin, Amon, Zoda Williams' character, and Korra's girlfriend.
Okay, right. Because I'll take your word. I had to take your word for it because I was like, because you know when it comes to Avatar, and especially the entire storyline, like I just now got caught up on the Netflix version. Which, by the way, I liked it. I got questions about how the second one ended, but I guess I have to go back and actually watch the actual show to understand how Netflix wrapped up season 2. But that's a whole other story. But with that being said, there is another character reveal. This one is called Zaheer. I hope I pronounced that right. He's the newest character for Avatar Legends, the fighting game.
It is time for a new era. I'll do the world a favor today. No lords, no kings, no royalty.
Lost.
Tyrants have ruled for so long. The roots of rebellion.
I keep forgetting how tall Kyoshi is.
You leave me no choice. Time for your judgment.
Believe! The Red Lotus will restore freedom to the world. Believe! The revolution has already begun. It's on! Red Lotus! You can't fight both me and yourself at the same time. Bingo! It's on! You think your power has limits. I say it's limitless. You will be the last.
Jesus. Oh,
our path is a righteous one.
The oxygen removal technique.
All I gotta say is followed under deep or disrespectful. God dang.
Yeah, no, that's honestly that's why a lot of people say like Korra really peaked when these guys showed up.
Cause that last combo, Yeah.
And then remember, it took all 4 of them to jump Aang's son just to get an edge on him, because Tenzin was low-key holding his own against them until they started fighting unfair.
But this character, okay, so help me out here, because like I said, my Avatar knowledge is not that strong. So who is Zaheer's character?
So
he is. Go ahead.
I'll say, so Korra, something happens in season 2 that pisses everyone off, that Loki leads to a very dope villain reveal in Zaheer. So he's part of the Red Lotus. Their goal was to eliminate the Avatar, like in general, in a way that would stop it, in a way that stops the cycle and the rebirth. And apparently they made an attempt when Korra was like 5 that was covered up. And I forget how season 2 ended, but the energies basically got re-released into the world, which now introduced, because airbenders are missing, a bunch of people randomly got airbending powers, including this guy, and meditating in a cell like fucking Tai Lung in Kung Fu Panda. He just learned airbending and just made his escape. And his crew was apparently so insane, they locked all 4 of these people up in like separate like continents. So he goes and grabs his crew, and then they come after Korra, which is why you see the little white ghost thing in the background right there. That's technically Korra's spirit. And basically they're like, hey, now that we have all 4 elements in our ranks, because this, like the water chick, she doesn't have arms. She's water bending and turning the arms or the water into her arms. Like, so he's got a crew full of like some very powerful, insane benders.
He essentially has the anti-Avatar gang.
They are the opposite of everything Uncle Iroh and his crew were, but they were. And then in the original Avatar, the guy who could shoot firebending bombs out of his mind, there goes his, I think, daughter or granddaughter there.
So this is basically the hateocracy for Avatar.
Yes, the hateocracy with 3rd generation Fire Force pyrotechnic powers with the chick who also gets possibly the most violent death in the show.
Zaheer also causes one of the most violent deaths because he just airbends the air out of somebody's lungs completely.
Yes, he also Zaheer had some feats. He escaped prison, broke out all his friends, murdered the Earth Kingdom's queen.
Apparently mastered the ability to fly.
The ability to fly, mastered the ability to fly after they killed his girlfriend. He's like, you must release all attachments. And then she gets her head blown off. He's like, well, I got nothing else. Time to float.
Damn.
But yeah, and then they were almost successful in Zaheer and his crew were so effective. The aftermath of their stuff was basically why Korra struggled so much in the final season. And they kind of peaked there, and then it kind of just like season 4 was like one big epilogue. I'm curious to see how this new show takes off, but Zaheer is not to be taken lightly. Like, he was very much a credible threat, and then they showed up to one of the air temples, because now Tenzin's Aang's son Tenzin is like, oh snap, we have air nomads to teach finally. They show up to the temple, and he decides he's going to take them on solo, and he's doing well until they jump him. Like, they had to get like an unfair advantage because he was low-key holding his own. Like, he was showing you, I am the Avatar's child. Like, do not mess with me.
Also voiced by Henry Rollins.
Yeah, I was gonna thank you, Joe.
What all is he in again?
He was the gym trainer in Def Jam Fight for New York.
Yeah.
He is also a punk rock advocate.
He was also in Brutal Legend. He voiced somebody in Brutal Legend. I cannot think of the character's name. But yeah, Henry Rollins has been in a lot. I want to say gaming wise, he's been in 5 games.
Yeah,
I think 6 games.
But yeah, this trailer very much captured the disrespect and not to be played with that is Zaheer and Korra. Because even I was like, season 2 was like, why did we get rid of the entire Avatar lineage?
Nice. Okay, so yeah, so he was in Mace Griffin, Bounty Hunter, Def Jam Fight for New York, Bad Stand and Batman Beyond, Kilowog and Green Lantern Emerald Knights, and Johnny Rancid in Teen Titans. So dang, he had quite the voice lineup. But as you can see, guys, not to get too away from it, so he is going to be a part of Avatar Legends: The Fighting Game. As you can see, we'll be releasing July 23rd, 6 days from now. Available for the PS5, Xbox Series X, and Steam. As you can see, standard deluxe editions are $29.99, which again, $30 for a fighting game is unheard of, but actually fairly priced. The deluxe edition, which comes with digital art book, standard edition, year pass, even at $50. So 57 in taxes, depending on where you are. But that's not bad considering the fact they're trying to knock it up to 60, 70, and whatnot. So again,
this we said it when this game dropped. This is a fairly priced game, and you're actually like we're getting quality content out of it. Put the movie in theaters, you cowards! Like the game developers care. It's just everything else. It's everything else surrounding this IP that is being an ass.
Yes, Avatar Aang itself, again coming to Paramount Plus. I thought I saw something about it being only in 2 cities, but I could be wrong about that.
It's going to be. I think it's playing like very limited in 2 theaters, and that's just so it can check the boxes to be considered for accolades, which is
gotcha. So that's just their way of seeing about awards if they do get awards.
Yeah, so like you have to be in a theater to get nominated. So here's 2 theaters that'll show it in LA and New York, and that's all you're gonna get.
Gotcha. Okay, so before we get to other trailers, Monster Hunter Wilds actually had some news that dropped. Getting a permanent price reduction and new DLC bundles. Now, what it means by that permanent price reduction, I'm just making sure here. Joe, while looking at this, do you know the price drop or offhand, or is it in the article?
No, not offhand.
Let's see. Does it say? Oh, that's the discontinued bundles. So I guess they've got prices, unfortunately, and I apologize for that. So discontinued bundles, let's see, for Monster Hunter Wilds Deluxe Edition, Premium Deluxe Edition, and the Wilds Cosmetic DLC Pass will all be discounted. So you'll be paying less than what everybody else is paying. Outside of that, it looks like they're getting new bundles for Monster Hunter Wilds Gold Edition, Monster Hunter Wilds Cosmetic DLC Collection, and Wilds Extra Cosmetic DLC Packs. And the premium bonuses will all be included in those bundles starting August the 4th of 2026. That's not bad. Again, Monster Hunter Wilds has been, of course, Joe has played it. They actually streamed it on Show a Guy Joe and Total Justice Gaming channels. I barely got my toe into that water. I apologize. I always keep saying I'm gonna get a little bit more into gaming. But Joe, I know you can talk about Wilds. Any thoughts on these discontinued packs as well as content on the way for this game?
I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, if you're needing DLC content, it's not like gameplay content. It's all cosmetic.
Okay.
So, I mean, unless you're going to make the already attractive Smithy even more attractive by putting her in a swimsuit, you really don't need it. They also got some weird furry shit for like Palico Day they did here. The less furry we make people, the better. But that's just me. I'm just not into it. I have a personal thing against furries. Creeps me the hell out. I don't mind if you are one. I really don't, but it's just one of those, don't shove it in my face.
I feel like we all know more than we do because Sonic Fox. I feel like I feel like that guy's been the
no, brain. Even that it's not that. It's just had a really bizarre interaction, and that's just kind of really like, yeah, I can't do this. Don't like furries because of one interaction.
Now, also the base game for Wilds is still $69.99. However, with Monster Hunter World, it is $40 less. So even if you don't get Wilds, even if you get Monster Hunter World, which is also still good as well. Like I said, you have a lot of different entryways into the Monster Hunter series. It doesn't always be Wilds. There's Worlds. There's Iceborne. There's even the Monster Hunter Twisted Stories, Twisted Reflection. Regardless of where you want to go to for Monster Hunter, there's definitely areas you can go into to start your journey. Just saying. But hey, at this day and age where games are about to be $80 and up, I'll take discounts wherever I can freaking get them. Beyond that, Batman Part 2, which again we have a teaser trailer for, and then I guess we kind of have news, but it's not really bad news.
We have kind of news and kind of a trailer, and some we'll see how you feel when the trailer gets to its end.
Pretty much.
Yep, they basically this was a camera test, and we see a little bit of the snow, and apparently Kojima tweeted this out because I guess he's even excited.
Yep, as you can see, people are going to be wondering. It's like, wait, why does it say 2028? Well, the reason why it says February 18, 2028 is because the movie has been pushed back. It was slated to come out in 2027. However, they did. I want to see if they did give a reason for that. Now that I think about it, if there was a reason for the pushback, and nope, because Warner Brothers changed their slate. Sorry. So the reason why the Batman Part 2, according to Deadline, has been pushed back is because Warner Brothers has a cascade of changing release dates that are slated to move back farther than anticipated. Now, keep in mind, this is the same Paramount that's trying to basically buy Skydance and everything else is coming with it. Sorry, Paramount and Warner Brothers, I should say. Sorry. In that $110 billion acquisition that is still up in flux, is the reason why a lot of the Paramount release movies are being pushed back, including the Batman Part 2, because like we said, was supposed to come out in theaters October of next year. Unfortunately, will not be coming out until 2028. I'll be honest, if it comes back, even if it comes out in 3 years, I'm still watching it. Matt Reeves.
Same. Yeah, this very much, this was a good live action year one. Like, this really plays out like a detective story, even working up to that third act with where it basically he goes full Reddit moderator. Hey guys, I'm gonna get caught. You know what we gotta do? And I'm just like, okay, it's not. And then the actual like successful bombing of the Gotham, and then Penguin kind of following, because I was Penguin showing the actual like aftermath, because I was I'm like dumb guy brain. I'm like, y'all couldn't swim, but seeing like where Vic's house was, that like his house or his apartment was in like the T shape, so they just kept getting like bombarded against it with no. I'm like, okay, now I see how people drown in these scenarios and can't like just try to ride the coast until they get all right. Like that was actually, the Riddler. What Riddler is like home ec as he was, very credible threat. Also mixing a lot of DC properties with our parents actually were sucky people. Because if you would play the Telltale Batman games, they kind of did the same thing. Like Thomas and Martha Wayne were low-key kind of extortionists and trash individuals who wronged the
I always laugh that everybody figures out Martha Wayne's maiden name. It never ceased to have made. It's like, oh, she was in Arkham. Yes. If you and again, this is why I was sitting there telling folks when they first saw the Batman and you saw the Riddler going down the whole thing of, going to Bruce Wayne and saying your family's responsible. Your father is not who you like you said, Tafari, your father is not who he says he is. Your father is this, and this. Your mother was insane. She had her committed. I love the fact that Matt Reeves took a Batman story. And again, I'm a Batman fan. I have sat there and said multiple times, as much as I'm a Batman fan in the world of DC, not everything has to be Batman. So when Matt Reeves took Batman on, I was like, okay, I'll watch it. And I wasn't disappointed. He still turned around and made this watchable. And then at the same time, again with the Penguin, love Colin Farrell's portrayal of the Penguin. Although everybody's like, oh, that's how it's so dirty. It's so dirty how he turned around and it's so dirty how he turned around and did old boy. But I'm like, it's the Penguin.
I was mad at that too. I was like, come on, Vic, fight back, score. You're not just gonna choke me from the back of my neck in a public park.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing, Lainey. And I tell people all this. This is the reason why I say the Batman actually pushed people to go read other Gotham comics because in one storyline, Martha's last name was Arkham to make her think that she was committed, hence Arkham Asylum. Martha Wayne's maiden name was Arkham in the story. That's why the Riddler was saying, the whole thing about the orphanage wasn't what they thought it was, what they did to those children, what they what Thomas Wayne did to his wife. It was that whole thing. So that's the reason why that's such a different thing of story. But go ahead, Tafari.
Yeah, if you play like the Telltale game, I think like Victoria, Vicky Vale was actually one of the kids, and it turns out her maiden name was, she actually changed her name to Vale. Her real name is Victoria Arkham, and she becomes the leader of the Court of Owls, basically.
Yeah,
and then you have Penguin in that game is. Yeah, he's still a Cobblepot, but his family was one of the people that was what was it? He was one of the people that was screwed over.
Yeah,
or his parents were screwed over by Bruce's parents, and then he wants revenge because I think they had their own park and whatnot in Gotham.
Yep.
So you had the Cobblepots and Lady Arkham basically coming together and trying to take him down. So. It's interesting. It's interesting between this and Superman, and even with My Adventures of Superman with, hey, let's try a story where the parents aren't that great of people. It's like the kids turned out okay or fight for justice. Right. The parents actually weren't all that great.
Although I do love the fact that Hideo Kojima turned around and like Tafara said, even he's looking forward to the Batman Part 2. So
yeah, I love that we all have just accepted that when Kojima tweets and doesn't put a caption, we just know that's a seal of approval.
Right. Although at the same time, Kojima, we still need to know this horror game that you're coming up with.
Jordan Peele, like what's going on?
Because this horror game that you have, sir, Mr. Kojima, if you ever get the chance, or if you ever just happen to stumble upon our humble podcast, we gotta know this freaking video game you're coming up with that you're trying to base this off of horror. Because again, as much as I would love to have you back in Metal Gear Solid, I can understand why you and Konami will never see eye to eye. But Joe, any thoughts on the Batman 2 getting pushed back?
It sucks, but I'm still gonna see it when it comes out.
Fair. We all that we all are. But yeah, but a lot of people are. But just like I said before, a lot of people finding out about Martha Wayne's maiden name. That was always a trip to still watch Scorsese movies. But speaking of movies, Blue Beetle, very good movie from DC. Gunn did say that Blue Beetle was the first in his Gunn universe and that he will be in a Superman movie. Looks like he's keeping his word. Blue Beetle is set to return in Superman Man of Tomorrow. Now, again, Blue Beetle was and still is, in my opinion, probably one of the better DC movies. I like the way they showed Jaime. I like the way that without the original Blue Beetle Ted Kord, you still showed a decent movie, which I'm not knocking. So it's only right that because of the success of Blue Beetle, we're probably going to see him in Man of Tomorrow. Again, I still think with the next Superman sequel movie, we're probably going to see a lot more DC characters get introduced, but I am definitely not complaining. Again, this is actually following the Supergirl film. Again, if you haven't seen Supergirl, please go see it if you can. It is a very, very well done movie, in my opinion. I know Tafari went to go see it. Joe, I think you went to go see it as well, right?
I have not seen it yet.
Oh, not seen it yet. My bad. But if you do get a chance to go see it, I highly recommend that you do. But fellas, are we really surprised about Blue Beetle showing up, considering the fact of how successful that movie was and the fact that Gunn is very high on the character?
No, if anything, I treat this movie kind of like, depending on how they incorporate him in A Man of Tomorrow. I'm very much looking at him as movie 0 of the DCU because I feel like his movie was good. It was just in that weird spot of studio transitions and a strike, since he couldn't even really go on to promote it. So we just had to kind of like trust word of mouth to go see this. Very good film. Curious to see if they keep George Lopez's character at all as his hilarious uncle. And if he's coming over, if they're just adapting his movie, or if they're just going to bring elements of his whole thing over, because we end his movie with Ted Kord being alive and the mansion, and so I don't want to just erase all that. So I'm curious to see if it's like right up James Gunn's alley to bring him in and be like, surprise, Blue Beetle was actually the first movie here canonically. Like it's actually was movie 0 / and movie 1. So I'm excited that this guy gets to reprise, because he did a great job as Blue Beetle. I love the practical suit they gave him for Blue Beetle. Right. And even just the way that he captured the relationship with him and the Scarab in that movie was really fun.
Although shout out to the Buster Sword reference in Blue Beetle.
Yes.
Geek by Heart, I need to finish Silent Hill. The movie or the game, Laney? Because the movie.
Kojima, yeah.
What are you saying? What are you saying, Joe?
Kojima. She's talking about Kojima.
Okay, but no. But Joe, what say you? Anything more you want to add to this as far as
I need to know when he's doing the further adventures of Abuelita and have her team up during her cartel fighting days with GI Robot, so they can both fight
we need
Nazis
to see that.
and cartels.
I forgot about that. What was it again? Death to the
something death to the.
I don't know. They just like as soon as she handled the Gatling gun with such precision, she was like, "What did you do?" When
it was Viva. It was something. She said death to something, and it was like your grandma had a life. Your grandma had a life before she became a Abuelita. But
yeah, we never talked about Abuela's rebel fighter days or something
she was
like
a rebel
that.
fighter. She held that chain gun like she's done it before. I'm just saying. But no, if you ever want to hear anybody, GI Robot along with his grandma. I'm not saying it wouldn't make money, but it would. Oh, you mean the game? Oh, yeah. We were talking about the dude behind PT. Yeah, we were talking about Kojima earlier because we need to know what's going on with that game between him and that collaboration with Jordan Bill, Laney. But Silent Hill, the game, you mean? I'm guessing you mean Silent Hill F because you were playing that on Geek by Heart. I know you're playing Breath of the Wild right now, but yeah, if you do get a chance, Lenny on Geek by Heart, which can be found on all socials, she was playing Silent Hill F. She was going through it. Silent Hill, if you don't know, guys, that is a game that will, if you are not psychologically prepared, it will mess with you. But Lady still plays it. Again, check out Geek by Heart as she's playing Breath of the Wild, right? I'm sorry, Tears of the Kingdom. My bad. She's playing Tears of the Kingdom right now. I know her husband Jay is going to be playing, because I know right now he's playing Metro. Not sure if he's streaming Metro. Laney, please correct me if he is or not, because I know he's going to be jumping on Gears of War E-Day when that comes out. But Laney, please correct me if I'm wrong. The combat system is crazy. I bet. But moving along, we got to talk about the dark side because Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll has.
This is new. How do you gatekeep an entire store?
Because run your pockets. For all those that don't know, Crunchyroll does have a store. It has an online store. Now, again, Crunchyroll actually has 3 tier systems. I think it's the basic, mega, and ultimate fans. Now, the Crunchyroll Online store, which could have been anybody, depending on your membership level, could access it. Crunchyroll has decided to sit there and say, nah, you're gonna pay more. Which means that unless you're a mega fan or an ultimate fan, you will no longer have access to their fan store. Which in this case, for all those that are wondering about Crunchyroll's prices, the fan plan is $10 a month. The mega plan is $14.99 a month, and the ultimate plan is $18 a month. Now you're probably wondering why Crunchyroll, because Crunchyroll said run your pockets. Crunchyroll, I'm not gonna be lying. Crunchyroll, when it first came out, it was supposed to be the hero. It was like you guys were supposed to be the ones that depended on us because again, our access to animes, to mangas, and then you guys decided to open up a store, and that was cool because you were selling manga, you were selling merch, things that no one else had. Again, that's great. Then you jacked up your prices. Ugh. And now you're saying, oh, our online store that you love so much, you either have to be a $14 a month fan or an $18 a month fan, because if you got the regular standard fan plan, which allows you just access to the Crunchyroll library, unfortunately, that's all you're getting. It's stupid. I'm going to say it's stupid because that's a good way to alienate your fan base, especially if a lot of your sales were coming from your online store. You are now going to turn away people, and people are going to go out. You either going to go either suspend their Crunchyroll suspensions, or their subscriptions, or they'll go other means. But fellas, what are we thinking outside the fact that Crunchyroll is just greedy?
We lost Right Stuff Anime for this.
Mm-hmm. We lost. I mean, and the crazy part is, and also I just want to bring this up too because this is Crunchyroll's experience, or at least this is what they're trying to say. For all those that are wondering, it's like there is no way they're staying silent, which they're not, because this is Crunchyroll. They're just saying something new just for you. The Crunchyroll Store is turning into a next-level member-exclusive destination built specifically for Mega and Ultimate fans. We're talking exclusive collabs, drops, and premium releases. That's it.
I feel like everyone is trying to be Supreme, and I don't even know if Supreme is Supreme anymore.
It's not. And don't get me wrong, in a world of being exclusive, not everything exclusive is good. I'm just going to be honest. Not everything exclusive is good. Crunchyroll actually had a great thing by, regardless of your tier system, you can go and buy merch from us. It's like, why do you want to cut off folks that want to spend money in your online store? That's my question, because now you're saying, well, if you're not spending $10 a month, then you're not going to spend in our store. And that has always mystified me about when these popular streaming sites, I'm not saying get a big head, but it's like, how do we make more money? Let's squeeze the crap out of our subscribers. And I'm like, you guys, the reason, and also at the same time, you guys are killing fan sub sites, because fan sub sites really are the more popular stuff, and they're pretty much shooting themselves in the foot and reloading. What'd you say? Oh, first, let me say about May from Crunchyroll. I mean, if not, I'm gonna be honest with you, Lainey. Bite your nose, spite your face. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Crunchyroll at this point, because unless you go to the Grand Line, is the only way you can watch a lot of anime. Unless you know some places, which I highly would not recommend you say on recorded media, because someone's always listening. So if you got those areas to where you can go watch your anime, hey, word of mouth, don't ever say it online, because we've seen what happens when these sites get popular. When the sites get popular, they wind up being on somebody's radar, and then they get taken down, which again is sad. But we said, Bama, man, Sony got greedy. Sony is beyond greedy. Sony at this point is listening to its shareholders and does not care about anything else. But yeah, Gears of War E-Day when it comes out. Oh, okay, sweet. Thank you, Laney. So at least we'll see Jay on Gears of War E-Day. But no, with Crunchyroll in itself, I look, you're a necessary evil. It's like Amazon. I hate Amazon, but Amazon's a necessary evil now, because they have basically pushed everybody else out of the e-commerce market, outside of maybe a few hole in the walls, but unfortunately, they're like Walmart. Walmart successfully kicked every other store out except Costco and the big box stores, but we're stuck with them because they're their only option. But fellas, anything else we want to add to the Crunchyroll mess?
Yeah, you're not Sam's Club or Costco. Like, you can't put a store behind a paywall. And on top of that, like, I'm glad we still have like Discotech, who just like sells through them but didn't like sell out completely. Like, I think you can still order from Discotech in general. They need to update the site because there's a Right Stuff button on it. But like, they shut down Funimation and bought out Right Stuff Anime for this, man. Now it's all in one place, and it's not even a guarantee they're gonna carry the stuff you need. By the way, we still don't have the Demon Slayer movie on Blu-ray. That's still like an issue. Like when Mugen Train came out, we got that joint like in less than a year. We are approaching almost a full, like, the movie was out by now on streaming and on Blu-ray, and I was consuming it on both. Infinity Castle is just gone. It's not in theaters. It's not, apparently it's coming to streaming, I think in a month or a couple weeks, allegedly. But like, we should not be waiting this long to get access to that film, which was a great film. But it like, the fact that we have no other way to get to it unless we go through y'all. And again, they're going to be doing these surprise drops of what? Is that going to be one of the drops, like, surprise? You want to get your hands on this? We only printed so many since we're phasing out disc on PlayStation. So pay your subscription fee, get in here while you can. And it's just like, who do you think y'all are talking to? Like, folks are struggling as it is. Why are y'all trying to squeeze everyone for so much money?
That part. Joe, what say you?
I mean, are they waiting to make sure it's not a public health concern? Because one people were like passing out from overhype in the Infinity Castle movie.
Were they? I didn't hear. I mean, in Japan, it wouldn't shock me, but
no, here in America.
Were they really?
Yes, people were passing out from being too hype.
Told you guys. See what happens when you bring celebrities. That damn Channing Tatum.
I mean, I'm just saying, but no, it's just from the side. But it's just the fact that I think, like I said, with Crunchyroll, I'm just saying, don't pull a Sony, and then don't try pulling Xbox, trying to win back your fans. But what do you say, Bama? Corporate interest is squeezing customer pockets dry. Yes, capitalism is squeezing consumer pockets dry, and corporate greed. But we already know that. But moving right along, this one, guys. Again, as we're going into D23 news momentarily. We discussed this before the show started, and I'm going to bring it up with the rest of us. Coleman Domingo and Robert O'Hara are in talks to co-write a live-action Princess Tiana film for Disney. Now, for all those who don't remember Princess Tiana, there was a movie called The Princess and the Frog. My wife, she loves that movie. I love playing that movie for our kids. That was supposed to be Disney's first African-American princess. That movie also came out sometime in the 2000s. I want to say either 06 or 07, if memory serves me right. But anyway, 2009. Thank you. So since 2009, there has not been a sequel. There has not been a television show for Follow the Princess and the Frog. However, Tangled and everybody else got a movie, got a television show. So now in 2020, say what, Joe?
Didn't they change the? They did. They changed Briar Rabbit into
Thunder Mountain. Yeah, Thunder Mountain is now the Bayou Swamp Ride or whatever.
Yes, they replaced the horribly racist Briar Rabbit ride with Tiana's Magical Journey.
Okay, growing up here, I had no idea there was anything wrong. I was just like, what? Like, I love Thunder Mountain, but every time I'm just like, who are these ugly ass like animatronics? Because I don't know what they're from. Like, I don't know what old Disney cartoon.
I can tell you, you can go watch it, but I am giving you warnings now.
Well, fair enough on the warnings.
Song of the South.
Oh, okay. Dear God.
So that's the name of the cartoon, right?
No, that is the name of the film.
I know the film, Song of the South. Yeah.
That is where Zippity Doo got. That is where the longtime Disney song Zippity Doo Dah comes from.
So yes, heavily trigger. But if you guys don't know Song of the South, it is available. Trigger warning.
Is that a Disney film?
Kind of Uncle Ruckus, but without the cursing.
Yes.
Is that a Disney film, or is that just an old school animation film that just floats
It's
around?
not an animation. It is a live action film with animated parts when he tells the kids a story.
Right.
Okay, because I was like, what Disney short are these? Is this rabbit and this alligator with the banjo even from? Just get to the part where we all go 50 feet down and go wee, and then we splash the people that are waiting or don't know better about standing next to the bridge. Like,
also, yes, it is in fact a Disney produced movie from 1946.
Now, also, again, for all those that are probably want to go run to Disney Plus right now, it's locked. It ain't there. If you're trying to find it, it's not there. The only way, and this is Disney got smart real fast. The only way you can view this movie is that unless you have the international versions, or, and I'm not going to say the site, but let's just say a site that contains the archive of the internet may or may not have it. It is up to you on how you take that knowledge.
Is it the same archive?
Okay, so for context, here's how bad this is. Even I'm using Google. Song of the South will not be streamed on Disney Plus or any other official Disney format. Disney CEO Bob Iger has stated that even with content disclaimer, the film is still inappropriate for today's world.
It really is.
Okay, so like I didn't know. I've heard of Song of the South like as a phrase. I've just never heard of the film. So if it wasn't attached to a cartoon, we didn't know. Like, look, growing up in the South, didn't really know anything too, especially because when people call the whole state the swamp, like, didn't know anything was wrong with that ride. Didn't know there was anything wrong with the Mammy and Tom and Jerry, because I'm just like, she sounds just like my babysitter. Like, what the fuck is the problem? Like, what's everybody upset about? Like, especially when I had a friend named Thomas, I'm like, yeah, she says his name in the cartoon just like my babysitter says your name. And then I got old and I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. Like, but being growing up and ingrained in it, I'm just like, I didn't know it was a problem. But Tiana's Bayou is what it got turned into. And I believe they flew out like Jennifer Lewis and some of the other actors like who played Mama Odie and whatnot to like ribbon cut the ride and go on the first, and that was fun. But yeah, Tiana has been owed a TV show longer than anyone. Like before streaming became a thing and took over, before there was Disney Plus, they've been talking about a Tiana show. And meanwhile, Tangled came along and Frozen came along, and all these other properties came through and got spinoffs and shorts, or even the little I don't know if you've seen it, Joe, where they're reviving a lot this new Disney Chibi verse that they're doing.
David Barbarian popped up in that recently.
Yeah, like the buzz on Maggie is there. I'm like, Maggie McFly in 2026? But like Tiana is just over here. And I know they announced her show was officially dead recently, and the girl who played Tiana spoke out. I hope she gets a part in this. Coleman seems like he would body this writing wise. Yeah. And I know that Southern Louisiana culture just would thrive with what they could do with this film on a press tour, as well as having a movie that takes place in that setting. So I hope this gets to see the light of day. Y'all been doing Tiana dirty for close to 17, 20 years. Like, it's give me something.
No, I completely agree.
On the other end of the spectrum, and I'm going to remind everybody, let us look at the track record for live-action Disney movies that aren't named Cruella.
Which did surprisingly a lot better than I expected.
Oh, that movie was fantastic. I love that.
Yeah, well, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, you are right. Live action Disney movies don't really have a great successful track record, but I'm going to be honest. In this case, I want to say that Tiana might be the exception. It just depends on how it's done.
At least let them have a gap. Like, this is 2009. We don't need Moana live action when there's still time to make Moana 3. Like,
and Moana is now tracking to do worse than Snow White.
I believe it, because they kept on going back to a dead horse. But in Tiana's case, like I said, it's Coleman Domingo, it's Robert O'Hara, which they both have successful track records. And Disney, I would say to Disney, if you need to get certain people behind this, and then you need to get out the way.
I'm saying this now, based on this picture, Coleman Domingo just needs to be Dr. Facilier too.
I would not be against it.
I feel like Keith David could reprise that in live action, especially since he still does performances at his age. Like, he still does shows, like small stage, like jazz and blues performances. I would, I'm not saying Coleman can't do it. I would at least like them to try Keith David coming back.
Yeah, Keith David's got to lose like a lot of weight or something, because man, Dr. Facilier was a slender dude.
He was slender, and at the same time, I think
if you get the outfits right, you can get past the slender build, because Coleman is going to have some fly shit on anyway.
Right.
But I think if you give Silverthroat that same drip, I think it will make people overlook having a correct body type.
Okay, yeah. I do need to be reminded, because I cannot remember. Did he also have the Papa Shango skull face paint too at one point?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure I remember.
Which is what a lot of people do when they cosplay. They go full purple suit with the skull painting.
Japan did it real well too.
Yeah. Now, Bama, to your case, The Rock couldn't save it, because, again, The Rock's got enough problems as it is, because he can't seem to pick a side. And what'd you say, younger, and for God's sakes, fix their hair. For the Moana thing, that just it didn't work. Live action couldn't work for something that was good set as animation. That's just me.
Yeah,
I mean, it was fine, and it was fine animated. It did not need to be live action. Nobody was asking for live action Moana. Now,
don't get me wrong, the Usos are gonna show up for their projects, but like, they only got so much money. Y'all are gentrifying the entire island over there. Like, it's our Polynesian cousins are very much appreciated, but how much Hawaii and their culture only have so much money to they're gonna show up to the premieres and support The Rock. Like, that's one of their own. But I don't know how y'all thought that was gonna translate. The kids want Moana 3. They don't want Moana 1 again. And if you really need to read the early 2000s, which is now technically what we're touching, that's fine. We haven't seen Tiana since 2009. That's fine. Like, we haven't had a spinoff, not a teaser, not a Kingdom Hearts world, nothing. Like, her, and if anything else, Treasure Planet or Atlantis. Those are the only 3 live actions y'all need to make.
Treasure Planet was you know what? Let me stop before I get on the rant. Treasure Planet was freaking great. That could have been a freaking live action, but I digress. But no, like we said, looking forward to see what they do with Tiana. Again, long should have been given a movie or a television show, but we'll see. But speaking of things that we'll see, and I'm going to throw this to Safari because D23 is coming up, and Kingdom Hearts fans, which, again, we know Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming. We here on the podcast have shown gameplay from it. We've talked about it. But now with Disney hosting their annual D23, which is basically their version of an annual showcase, we will see more of Kingdom Hearts 4. We discovered that it's going to be Saturday, which again is August the 15th. There we go. So yeah, a deep dive into Kingdom Hearts is scheduled for August 15th at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. Now, this does not, they said a deep dive into Kingdom Hearts. Now, this doesn't say that they're going to talk about Kingdom Hearts 4. They may talk about Kingdom Hearts 4. They may talk about the entire journey of Sora. We're not 100% sure, but Safari, you're the Kingdom Hearts expert. What do you think?
Yeah, this is because it's been excluded from D23 for the last couple of years, but the fact that we're getting a new collection set, minus the Switch game, Melody of Memory, and then we're getting Switch and PS4, and then we're finally celebrating the 25th anniversary because it feels like we got almost nothing in the last year or so. This is probably going to be like a look back into the world and just everything that this has been for the last quarter century. I also wouldn't be shocked if we maybe get a look at the first Disney World or Disney we own this IP type world, because even in the first trailer, people still think that's Endor because you can see the AT-AT foot and it looks like the forest from episode 6, which is a very random one to put in there. But there's also people thinking like we might get a reveal of Sora in a dark hallway and then Vader pops up like episode 4 style, or what is it, like Rogue One ending type deal. So I'm not sure what's going on. I just know people see that it's on the slate. It could be anything. It could be a super celebration. It could be nothing. We just hope that the game is on schedule, because now, if there are delays, Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory and 3 will, like Kingdom Hearts 3 will possibly be the last collector's edition I ever get to buy because Sony is on their bullshit.
Yeah, fair enough. Joe, what say you about Kingdom Hearts 4 and possible inclusion at Disney D23?
I mean, as long as they finally start showing some Final Fantasy stuff, I'll be fine. If not, I want them to start putting in older Disney cartoons or newer Disney cartoons into the world. I would love to see Sora try to deal with Doofenshmirtz at some point.
Doofenshmirtz.
That would be Keybladeinator.
That could be a good summon character. Like it's the Keybladeinator.
Doofenshmirtz as a Keyblade. Wow, that would be interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
Behold, Larry the Platypus, the size of my Keyblade.
That would be interesting as all get out. But
hey, Heartless, Perry the Heartless.
There you go.
I'm just sitting there laughing. Now y'all done put that in my head just to see Phineas and Ferb in a Kingdom Hearts in the Kingdom Hearts world.
See Phineas and Ferb, and Sora's like, so are we gonna go stop Xehanort? Yes. Yes, we are.
That would be interesting as all get out. But
or Dave the Barbarian would be even better. Dave makes a Keyblade using a squirrel, a megaphone, some duct tape, and a Keyblade.
I would be laughing my head off. And again, this could be Disney's way. This could honestly be Disney's way of saying, you know what, this we're going to expect out of Kingdom Hearts 4. If they are, that does make the wait worth it for you guys.
I just thought of a brilliant thing they could do. They could do Dave's family bring him on Twinkle the Marvel Horse, and the less you summon him, the more hilarious he gets. Every someone's like, "He didn't summon me. I was so alone in the darkness of my thoughts."
Oh yeah, the William Shatner unicorn.
No. He's not William Shatner. He's the other one.
Well, he talks. He does walk. That's a Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken's like, I was so alone. My thoughts, doing horrible things. The penguins. Yeah, I really got to summon you guys more often.
I feel like I could
laugh my head off.
I feel like I could also see them messing with time travel, since that's basically what this game is kind of done. Is we've messed with space and time, and now we're in like purgatory, or maybe the real world.
There.
Yeah. We've messed with the real world, and now basically paying rent and taxes is our punishment. But I could also see us bouncing in and out of like the MCU and the Star Wars world. Like every time Sora comes back, time passes crazy. So now he just shows up for episode 1, 2, 3 through like 6, or he just pops up for all 4 Avengers films. Like we get the like I would not be shocked if we get a trailer. It's like the Battle of Endgame when they're all standing there and there's Sora like right there in the end.
Nice.
They go to what's that Star Wars TV show that did not do well? Oh, the Acolyte. Sora, Donald, and Goofy are in the corner where Darth Plagueis is in that one scene.
Nice.
And that's how the show ends. Sora, Donald, and Goofy canonically fought Plagueis the Wise.
I would not lie. What's up, Red Rogers? Thanks for joining us, man. But no, it like I said, with Kingdom Hearts 4, there are so many ways they can go with this now, and I'm just looking freaking forward to it. Like I said, I know Tafari, in your case, y'all guys have been waiting. I mean, y'all guys have waited longer than Final Fantasy fans and everybody else. So this is going to be interesting to see what they show. If they show anything at D23, like I said, if you're going to show off a game that everybody's been waiting for almost going on, 17, 18 years? Give or take?
This will be the 25th anniversary.
25th. I'm all wrong.
This will be the anniversary year. So we're finally getting something. Thank God.
Yeah. So I'm like 20 years in waiting. Like I said, this would be a perfect time to actually show off the game. But to Bama, to your other question earlier about we're going to talk about Marvel. Yes, we are going to talk about Marvel, especially with them moving from one coast to the other. They are moving their headquarters from New York to Los Angeles. And also, we are getting new editors in chief.
What I saw that. We'll break this down. What is happening?
Okay, so Marvel's moving to LA potentially, but they are getting rid of CB Cebulski, which is the gentleman on the right.
Okay.
We are getting Steve Wagner, who is actually super good and very, very accomplished. One of the most noble things he did during his time at DC is he was the editor for 52, which was 3 individual writers putting out an issue each week for 52 weeks straight. It's where one of the quintessential Black Adam stories comes from. CB Cebulski, holy fuck.
Go on.
He is not my favorite editor-in-chief because he did Yellowface. For those unaware, he masqueraded as Akira Yoshida, Japanese-born manga artist and writer who was a translator. That came out that he was not even remotely Japanese, as given by his name. Now, to be fair, he could be Japanese. I am Japanese, but I have the last name Tonello. Again, Italian, but I always make the joke. Good, strong Japanese name. Look, I stole that from Dynaman, and I stand by it.
I didn't say anything.
So he was not around when we were canceling people because we were canceling the shit out of him, but he is essentially doing Yellowface. He is going to be going to Marvel Japan, which I feel is suitable punishment for them there, because if they find out what he did, Lord, that man is doing nothing but serving tea. They will not let him do jack shit.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on there. God damn it.
But no, it's the whole thing. Like, and also Marvel was aware of this the entire time. That's the crazy part.
Marvel editorial was aware of it. I don't think Marvel as a whole, because, you could have submitted your work remotely, but I do believe editorial was fully aware. Now, a lot of other questions is, now that Marvel is moving to LA, will we see characters move to LA? I don't think we're ever going to see that. I don't think we're ever going to see Spider-Man move to LA. He's far too inundated. But I could definitely see Iron Man moving to LA. Daredevil did do a stint in LA. So did Moon Knight. We do, in fact, have the West Coast Avengers that happened during the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
We pop up, the West Coast Avengers pops up every so often. The Runaways are sometimes LA based. So we have a fair amount of West Coast heroes regardless. But like for big names, it may just be Iron Man and like a select few. But like regardless if and when Marvel does move over to LA from New York, which is huge in of itself, because that was like the big thing with them. They've been there for 90 years. They are, I don't know what the word is.
Yeah.
Mostly because I'm tired.
Yeah, but no, I see what you're saying. No, it's just I know things. I know, you know, with the changes that does make sense. It was just for me, it was along the lines of okay, the whole idea of you know, writing under a pseudonym, but really, like Joe said, doing yellowface, that's just not okay. And the fact, like Joe said, maybe all of Marvel didn't know, but the fact that some people did know and he was allowed to get away with it for so long, that part just never sat right with me.
He got away with it, but he was taken out of the spotlight as soon as that came into being. Like, it was one of those, we need to make him disappear until people stop talking about this.
No, that's fair. But moving right along, guys, we do got a couple of Magic the Gathering. Yes, Magic the Gathering has a couple of cards, a couple of card lineups that are coming out. Thank you.
Let me set up this premise. Today we got to know the in-universe sets for the 2027 Marvel or 2027 Magic the Gathering season for next year. One of the universes beyond is more than likely going to be X-Men. We're not covering that because X-Men has not been formally announced. That is purely my prerogative, but there's a whole lot of fucking mutants in the Jumpstart stuff, and there are already mutants in the current Marvel superhero sets, but Marvel Superheroes, which just released, is also an Avengers set, and Wanda and Pietro were second-generation Avengers. And Beast was also an Avenger. And I think one point so was Colossus, because the Avengers had a fucking huge roster. But I pulled specifically 2 of them. We're going to go into more informative thing. We're looking at the 3 that were announced. But we're going to do 2 more informative videos because one of these sets is very poignant for this podcast in particular. The other one is just because it's one of my favorite sets of all time, and we're going back to it for a 5th time. But this time with robots.
All right. Okay. So we're starting out with Zaheer first?
Yeah, Zaheer first. Because, I mean, we got to get the blurred in there as best we can.
All right. Here's the trailer.
Zhalfir is a plane that has been a part of Magic history for a very, very long time. It's a very highly magical place.
This is a world that is powered by the light and the magic of 5 suns, so there's never night here. And this is contrasted with the spirit realm, where it is full of mystery, is full of dangers, where your ancestors and spirits go, and it is a world of eternal darkness.
So there's lots of monstrous things and things that you have to protect yourself from, but ultimately it's a way to stay connected to your history.
Zhalfir sort of overwrote Mirrodin's, but we didn't want it to overwrite what had come before it entirely.
I want people to feel like this is untapped potential, only scratching the surface, not just of what Afro fantasy can be, but what magic can be.
Oftentimes when we think about fantasy, what we think about is a Eurocentric lens, but Afro fantasy is specifically pulled from the cultures of the Black diaspora through the lens of our mythology, our culture, the way that we dress, the way that we approach artistry. We get to use our inspiration from the foundation of what our culture is and build a new world and realm based off of that.
So I thought, perfect, blank slate, we can start fresh and really focus on making sure this stays as Afrocentric and authentic as possible. So we had cultural consultants, we had Afrofuturist authors, we had African history professors keeping us on track and making sure it stayed true to our vision. The challenge was doing enough research and making sure that we were marrying African culture and weapons and textile patterns and all of that stuff with that sprinkling of the Magic the Gathering aesthetic.
This is one of my favorite parts of the set. At the heart is like this very rich culture and spirituality. I want ancestral connection. I want to see a spirit world. I want to see that rich tapestry of people represented.
It's a very highly magical place. Being able to show something that's so spiritually and culturally significant in a very fantastical way was a really important part of the set. And the visuals are stunning. I hope the people who see this and haven't seen themselves represented in such a way, I just hope that they feel empowered, excited, energized, and inspired to also know that, you know, they are represented, their body types are represented, their hair, and the infinite things that our hair can do are represented. And I just want people to feel the joy that we felt while creating this set.
All I gotta sit there and say is I'm getting that set just off that alone.
Gonna get you I'll have a box reserved for you.
I appreciate it. So that's the Zhalfir announcement trailer. Now we also have another trailer that actually explains a little bit more into it. So
no, actually, that was the trailer. No, yes.
Yeah. So we have a little bit more.
And then what's the other one we have?
We'll talk about Kamigawa in a moment.
Yeah. But yeah, Bama, finally, and yes, but
I wouldn't say pseudo-African fantasy. I mean, that's just Afro fantasy.
Yeah, but hold on, Bama, because there's another part that actually explains a little bit more into it.
This very rich culture and spirituality. I want ancestral connection. I want to see a spirit world. I want to see that rich tapestry of.
This part?
Yeah.
The first time we're going to be back in Zhalfir since March of the Machine in 2023, Zaheer. When's the set coming, though?
Way too long for me. So I was the executive producer on this set. I've had the chance to work on it for a couple of years. But I can't wait for it to release. It will be releasing on October 1st, 2027.
And Zhalfir has been part of the Magic universe for a long time, Jackie, right? I think 96 with Mirage.
Yeah.
What are some of the new ideas that are going into Zhalfir with this new set?
Yeah, so like you said, it's been around for a long time. It's going to be familiar to longtime players. But this is actually the first time that we are seeing it as a plane all of its own. So for those who've been following the story, Teferi phased out Zhalfir during the first Phyrexia invasion to protect it. So it's been phased back in now, but it's not unchanged. You know, it wasn't paused in time. Like the people of Zhalfir kept evolving and living during that time. And when it was phased back in, it actually emerged in the spot where Mirrodin had previously been. So it's a return to world, but I think there's like narrative justification that allowed us to really update it and do something completely exciting and different with it as well.
And how about the creatures, Zaheer?
Yeah, absolutely. We spent so much time looking at the creatures and world building to try to create a new, fresh fresh feeling of this while still staying true to classic Magic.
Yeah, I think for the creative team, we were so excited to have the opportunity to fully flesh out the culture of Zhalfir. You know, I think whenever we work on a setting that takes inspiration from a real world culture, it's so important to us that we treat it with respect and authenticity. And, you know, we brought on creative consultation.
We're probably looking at our commanders for the commander deck right now.
Something a little bit different in addition to that. We brought on collaborators who were experts in Afro fantasy, and we had them really work closely with us to co-create the set. We learned a lot from
are unique.
One of the things that I was most inspired by working with them and kind of hearing them was how excited they were and how important it was to them that Magic was doing this set. You know, it's a return to world, so it's something that it's natural for us to do. But Magic has a really big voice and a really big platform in the fantasy space. And for us to really lean in and put some focus on this and update it and do Afro fantasy right in a genre that really doesn't get enough attention in media, it's huge. It's a really big deal. Yeah. You know, I've worked on a lot of Magic sets, and this is probably the Magic set I feel most proud to be a part of.
I love that. I mean, we've not even, seen any cards yet, and already it looks absolutely stunning. I can't wait for Zhalfir. So let's add Zhalfir to our 2027 timeline, the year of the gathering. Is there anything else we can add, though, Zaheer?
Yeah, there will be a Universes Beyond set released after Zhalfir as well.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I was going to cut off there. So, first off, freaking wow. Freaking wow. We say it all this time. We say it all the time on this show, representation matters. And right there, I just love the love and care that they had into this. The love, when I say love and care, I mean the love and care. I know I went too far. I bet.
No, you're good.
The love and care that they went into this. This is the reason I always keep on saying this is the reason why I know it's been a while since I played Magic the Gathering. I'm not gonna lie. Last time I touched Magic the Gathering was 2005. But for a set like this, I would definitely freaking want one. Just because of that. I would actually go back and pick up the game up again just to have a set like this. But no, it's just the fact of the representation. The representation of it all is what got my attention.
Well, the moment I saw this drop, it's like, well, I know what we're talking about tonight for a little bit.
Yeah, that definitely got my attention. But I talked enough about it. Joe already sat there and said he's gonna set one aside for me at gaming, so I'm good on that. But
if I can set one aside for Tafari too, I will.
I mean, it looks like an interesting set. I mean, props on the character designs. Whoever they consulted gave them all the right advice and proper tips on. And I appreciate the varying hairstyles versus the Black Panther 1/1. Like it's.
Speaking of that, I wonder how much this is going to be compared to the Wakanda. This is just going to be called the Wakanda set.
I was going to say because the middle general or whatever you said, the middle commander was giving Shuri a little bit with the gauntlets.
Well, I mean, also that, but also the Spirit Realm,
but
Eternal Night.
But let's also be honest. Most folks when they go into gaming stores, the first thing I say is you got the Wakanda set, and that's gonna probably be how they associate with it, which is not a bad thing. Yeah. But it's not a bad thing. But I can see some people going, "Do you got the Wakandian set for Magic the Gathering?" And then you guys say, "Oh, you mean Zhalfir?" And that's fine. That's at least recognition.
This is a set this is a world that we never officially went to, from what I understand. This is one of those. We see Zhalfir and people come and go that are planeswalkers, but we've never actually been there. I may be wrong. To my knowledge, we have never actually had a Zhalfir set.
No, not that I can remember.
But we've had people and creatures from that plane,
right? But not
just never fully explored it,
right? So, but again, not bad, Mama. Look, if you I always say it best: if you can do it, if you can think it, you can do it. So. I will say this, just because
that's not true. I've thought about being 6 feet tall many a times. That's never happening.
There's a surgery. I wouldn't recommend you get it. But with that being said, that's not the only set that's come out. Joe, do you want to explain the next one we're coming up with?
All right, we're going back to Kamigawa. Kamigawa was a 1996 feudal samurai set. It originally came back not too long ago, returned to Kamigawa, where it's hundreds of years later. We're in a futuristic cyberpunk world, as only I can imagine it. This time, we're going back to Kamigawa again, but this time with kaiju and mechs.
Here's the trailer.
I play ninjas from this. That is a ancestral palace holding a giant ass Naginata.
Okay.
It's just a day like any other on Kamigawa, and then bam, the sky opens up and out falls of all things Ikoria. You've got giant monsters, weird creatures, nightmares, elementals, and literally the land itself falling out of the sky. Kamigawa Titan Breach is a set that takes two fan-favorite planes and crashes them together. On the one hand, we've got Kamigawa. This is a long-standing Magic plane with a lot of nostalgia. On the other hand, we've got Ikoria, much newer, but very quickly beloved by fans, and each of these sets is coming together to clash in a classic mechs versus monsters conflict.
This is probably going to be one of the largest scale conflicts we've ever seen in Magic the Gathering. We're talking about things that might be 4 to 5 to 6 times the size of things we've seen before. Whether it's the mechs and kind of gigantic constructs, or most evidently the monsters who are going to dwarf everything around them.
The scale is like off the charts huge, so we had to make sure that the human element was retained. So a lot of our humans I actually had to put up on rooftops just to make sure that they were within eyesight of like these giant monsters that are rampaging through the city.
There's a large focus on the people of Kamigawa and how they are going to have to deal with this.
Ozan Mechner pilots, Aki Goblin pirates.
Protect the people.
The set story will have lasting implications on the characters that we know and love.
What we're seeing now for one of the first times is an Omen Path representing an existential threat.
It was very important to us when making the set that we weren't just taking mechs from one place and monsters from the other and smashing them together, but that this was really a true exploration of what would it mean for these worlds to combine.
Kamigawa art.
And what would that mean for the denizens? What would that mean for the characters? What would that mean for the magic of the two planes? And I think that we really were able to dive deep and fully flesh out this mashup of two settings into one really cool result.
I think it's just a match made in heaven. We have the monsters, we have the mechs. What we get to do is take the amazing things that you expect from this epic conflict, but humanize it in the way that only Magic can.
Again, Joe, I repeat what I said about Zhalfir. I'm gonna need to go ahead and have this added to that list as well. So that also being said,
is this how the world of Gen Atlas came to be? Is it just a decayed Magic the Gathering world secretly?
Might as well better than Gen Atlas itself.
Might as well be. But that was Kamigawa Titan Breach. Again, freaking effing beautiful. How they came up with that. And again, representation as a freaking whole. And yes, there is more information on that. Bear with me 1 second because my computer wants to fight. So yeah, and this is them going into the explanation for that set as well.
We can fast forward a little bit because some
what we can do is take the amazing.
All right, 1 moment. When's it coming out, Jackie?
All right, so the battle for Kamigawa begins June 4th, 2020.
So 3 days before my birthday.
Or 2027. Zaheer, are we able to see a little bit more and just get a feel for Kamigawa Titan Breach?
Yes, absolutely. So this set takes place on Kamigawa. Ikoria is invading for reasons that will become clear. Kamigawa is one of our most popular planes from Magic's history, so you'll see a lot of familiar locations and amazing architecture and landscapes. Although this time it is through the lens of an all-out planar war.
Yeah, the environments are cool, but the monsters that we're going to get to see and the creature designs are so incredible. Yeah, you got updated new Ikoria monsters and their bonders going head-to-head against these sleek Kamigawa mechs and their pilots. It's going to be sick.
The big question is why and what led to this all-out war and what will come from it. Get ready to choose your side in June of next year.
Brilliant. Okay, so let's add this to the 2027 timeline. You can see it on screen right now. 3 sets and 2 Magicons in the first 6 months of 2027. Truly the year of the gathering, would you not agree?
Yeah. Giving us back in this view.
All I can sit there and say is Magic the Gathering, and the reason why I stopped it, guys, because it looks like it's going right back into Zhalfir, so this might have been the first thing first. But with Kamigawa Titan Breach, Zaheer, both are amazing looking Magic the Gathering sets. And as they said before, June 4th, we at Kamigawa, and then I think Zaheer.
October 1st.
Thank you. So I already know where I'm going to be at next year, bothering Joe for sets to make sure some sets are aside. I'm already going to be bothering him for that. There was also a third one as well that we're also going to play. This one is called Nauctis, the Sucking Realm. And yeah, again, it just seems that MTG is cooking on all cylinders. But here's the trailer.
And these are all coming out like a year from now?
Yeah, this is the 2027 lineup.
Okay, so they always do it like a full year out. Like, do they open pre-orders like what, weeks or how soon? Like, how long?
Usually around 3 to 5 months out.
Okay, I was like, how long are people in Double Dutch mode after these come out, like looking for pre-orders?
I mean, if you can go to your local game store and ask, maybe they can set something up with you.
Yeah,
because I'm sure they'll get allocation. Because I'm already putting. I'll probably ask Jeff as soon as.
Oh, I would have to think they've already got wait list out for this. I would have to think they do, but.
Well, I mean, it has to be, you go to the distributor and everything. It's a whole process. But, I mean, there's a chance that if you go to your local OGS, you may be able to, just hey, can I go ahead and start dropping some money now and pre-order those things? I know you can't do pre-orders, but can I go ahead and, drop a little money now in advance?
I know Navy, another tabletop game person like us. I know he is probably loving it if he doesn't already know about it, but I definitely know he'll get a kick out of that Magic Gathering set. But with that being said, guys, here is the trailer for Nauctis.
We get otters again. I'm not joking. Under the sea.
Nauctis is our very first fully underwater plane. This is something that fans have been asking us for so long.
Nauctis is a place of merfolk civilizations in their height. It is a place of many different fantasy species all coexisting together. But it is also a place where an apocalyptic danger lurks at the bottom of the ocean.
As far as gameplay elements go, we wanted to really stay grounded in traditional Magic gameplay. It's all the familiar things that you'd expect, plus this awesome environment, all these cool creatures that you can see, and huge visual spectacles as well.
This is a fully featured, deep, layered, high fantasy world, bursting with color and cultures. Beyond the merfolk, our set is populated with tons of other different creatures. The humans are really the outsiders.
To place an entire world in a place where everything is buoyant, it changes the game so much at its fundamental level.
The first major unique thing about Nauctis is that it's the first main set release, possibly ever, arguably, that doesn't have flying as a mechanic, since we're all underwater all the time. We actually have a brand new mechanic, which I won't tell you too much about yet, that is an evasive mechanic that sort of takes the place of flying.
We have
I bet you it's called dive.
Payoff. So
probably.
There's quite a bit of diversity and variety down in the ocean. We have kelp forests for green, and we have the dark abyss, and we have whale falls, graveyards of bones.
In the end, we have an experience that's much more similar to a traditional Magic set from a color balance perspective than you might initially expect. There's a huge... What are all the things that I could discover?
Somebody get Aquaman.
It's so different, but that is what makes it so exciting.
The set is just a ton of fun.
You know what? I dig it.
It's creative. It's creative. I'll give them that.
Yeah, it's very creative. I would probably still get that set just to have it, but no, I freaking dig it.
You know how you market this to comic book people?
How so?
You have Ron Funches do the shark folk decks as King Shark.
And that
would be a great way.
That would freaking work. Now this set comes out, looks like it's February 5th of next year. So again, as Joe said, if you want to go to your local gaming store to see what can be done as of right now, go ahead and do so. But like I said, with Zaheer and Kamigawa, I'm sold. That makes me want to go back and I may have to go digging in my closet and dusting off some old MTG cards, but yeah, that right there looks freaking beautiful. So
you could also have Ron do it just as his own skits. It's like, hi, I'm Ron Funches. I wanted to do this promo as King Shark, and DC said, hell no. So I'm not doing that, but you can just pretend that I am. I'm here to talk to you about Magic the Gathering. Look, we got kelp. We got kelp forests. We got these new cards. We got crab people.
I can see that, but
I'm sold.
But yeah, boy, Ron Funches could sell water to whales, but no. Again, MTG, y'all knocked it out of the park, and you did it the right way, which I completely appreciate. But going back to the dark side of Crunchyroll, we do got a teaser called Dreamland. Joe, do we know anything about it, or should we just go ahead and play it?
I saw that it looked like the animation studio for Avatar: The Last Airbender and Voltron, so I was like, "What the hell? We ball."
That I was not ready for that. That being said, here's the trailer.
Tous ces cauchemars avec ma mère. Je voudrais la sauver, mais j'y arrive pas.
Apparently it's in German.
Monsieur Meyer, c'est pas possible ce niveau de nullité.
Ah, mon pauvre Terence. Il faut que tu saisisses ta chance, sinon tu vas passer à côté de ta vie.
Ah non mais quel loser.
Terence.
C'est pas réel. Je dois me réveiller. Je rêve toujours. Dreamland.
Mes amis, êtes-vous prêts à embrasser le destin glorieux qui vous tend les bras?
Vous inquiétez pas, je serai pas tout seul. C'est comme ça que je veux vivre ma vie de voyageur.
I'm sorry, Joe. I didn't hear what you were saying.
Oh, I was just making fun of the fact that it was in French, but I guess it's in French on purpose.
Hey, this is how they soft roll out Code Lyoko. The French are making their anime comeback, baby.
And it really is, because it literally sat there and says, Chouette Co. That's a French one. That's a French company. France TV, of course, that's for the anime side.
Yeah.
So it's on purpose. So that was Dreamland. As you can see, comes to Crunchyroll October 2026. I'll give it a fair shot. Just like we did Iron Walk, Jan.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm trying to figure out the orange-haired pro tag. I feel like I've seen that look before, like down
It's
to the
dude from Haikyuu.
Okay.
It's a little Hinata, but I'm like the way the hair is shaped, like the little Sora.
Oh, Tai from Digimon.
That's who it is. I was like, it looked like there's a mix of colors and designs here that look very familiar.
But no, it looks interesting though. I will say that. But as we're getting ready to wrap up, we got a few other things. This one, I got to show it because Joe saw it and now I can't unsee it. Have you ever seen a Hura ready to cut a bitch? This is one of the previews for Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the final season coming up. What do you say, Joe?
Drops next week.
Second and last season, unfortunately, right?
No, this is the final season.
Okay.
This one, the one that starts very soon is the final season for Strange New Worlds.
Okay.
But I gotta show this just because, again, Uhura just looked like she is all the way ready to fight somebody.
Please, do not speak Vulcan. Your accent is improper. Please, do not speak Vulcan. Your accent is improper.
I'm sorry. That look right there is, how dare you speak to me? Do you not know who I am? But no, that is a look of I am about to get kicked off the Enterprise. But no, that is one of the new previews for Strange New Worlds. As we said, we'll be starting its final season very soon. So again, it is sad, but let's be honest, it's Paramount. Why are we freaking surprised?
I hope y'all Warner Brothers deal gets blocked and y'all put that damn Avatar movie in theaters. What are y'all doing over there?
I wish that was possible. That being also said, we do got a couple of previews for My Adventure with Superman. And not disappointed because we got a Europe version and we got a US version. So you know what?
They're finally dropping the US versions a lot sooner in the week, I've noticed. And I'm like, clearly someone has finally taken notice of these teasers and the traction the show is getting. Because I'm like, it's out, but like I don't see them push it as much as I would hope they do. And it feels like they're slowly catching on. And I'm glad because last week's episode was insane.
Very much. Here's the trailer.
Please, James, come in, Marlena. Cat Grand Daily Planet. Is James also in your date tonight? Oh, oui, bien sûr. Jimmy brought a date? Jimmy brought a date?
That man is dead.
Rest in
peace. Yeah,
peace.
Jimmy in trouble. Jimmy is all the way in trouble. But that was the Europe version again with apparently Jimmy is skating death. And here's the US version. Let's try that again.
Find your seat. Thank you.
Fox to Vulture.
Kara, can you believe these are the bones of a blue whale, Earth's largest living animal? Flip, why don't you tell Uh-oh. Flip? Hey, Clark, won't you miss Kara's? Don't worry, I'll be back before Kara's award. I promise. Flip?
Night at the museum.
What's all this? Who's there? I think we need to tell someone about this.
Like who?
Flip? Kids? Anyone?
Why are you babysitting Clark?
Really good to have super hearing right about now.
Dad?
Flip? Stop being creepy.
What in the...
Flip! Get away from them! My powers.
You know what? This is the one time the US actually showed a little bit more than Europe.
Yeah, like clearly there was a discussion and someone's like, all right, like the UK team is showing us up, man. Like this, it's made here and based here. Let's get it together. But I'm excited to see what they do with this episode between whatever the hell that blue. Yeah, so y'all are more knowledge. What was the blue power? So along with Kara basically being confirmed to be future Gohan.
See, I was gonna say I have a theory, but Joe, you can go first.
By blue power, do you mean Electric Blue Superman?
Yes, yeah. Which then causes the powers to short out in Super ED.
No, so after he came back from the dead in the 90s, he became Electric Blue Superman, which was a whole different set of powers. Mm-hmm. He even split into two Superman at one point of positive and negative, which is where we got Superman Red and Superman Blue, and then they fused back together. That was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But no, he could see in the electromagnetic spectrum, travel along electrical currents, could still fly, phase through objects, I think, and shoot energy blasts.
Yeah.
So Clark in this state, I guess, is just going to be Electric Blue Superman for a little bit.
Seems like it.
I don't have anything to do with him losing his Kryptonian powers. Is they just reinvented the wheel for a little bit because they just want to change Superman for a while.
Yeah.
And that's really all Blue Superman is. I mean, currently right now in the books, John Kent actually has the Electric Blue powers as like a Super Saiyan mode for a bit.
Yeah. Although Rev Rogers, have y'all seen the show in the movie where she raw truck Turner? Raw truck Turner.
You're going to be a bit more specific. That woman is not to be trifled with under any circumstances when she was alive.
You gotta, Rod. I was about to say, Rev, you might gotta explain that one because I'm trying to think. The movie where she raw truck Turner. I'm trying to remember what that one is, but no.
But as far as the show, I'm curious to see how we're gonna do the rest of the season because now we have potentially created another John Kent or an alternate future, or we're just gonna have 15 different Johns coming back from the future because this time we created Jonathan Lane, who now has the eye scar, which matches the opening credits. I fully thought he was just gonna erase himself. I didn't realize he was getting sucked back to his own time, kind of like he was Trunks. Hank is Android 17 and 18. Carl was Gohan minus losing an arm, which is why he was. When I watched the episodes back, he was kind of weird to her in that first episode where he came back. And the fact that Cyborg Superman was that much of a credible threat, we had a little bit of invincible fights in there with the face slamming and the drag through the glass. Little bit of Justice League Unlimited with him like ripping through him, and it turned into almost Cooler's.
Yeah, the Cooler revenge moment where him and the car hit him.
Yeah.
The other thing I like is there's actually a mild joke from Dragon Ball Z Abridged where when Trunks leads to the future bonus stage, like, and now to see if this is linear timeline or multiverse theory, and nothing changes. Fuck multiverse.
Very much.
Which is it seems to be like he's got multiverse as well, or at least we'll find out.
I look at it this way: we got purple hair Trunks, and now we're on to blue hair Trunks.
Very much. But
apparently now they share a timeline because now there's a world where there's just two of them, and their creator didn't forget their hair. But now we got Jonathan Lane, we got Lex Luthor fused with Brainiac running the future, and I don't know, but yeah, the him and Kara with the kryptonite shit, but also when Clark ripped through him and tore his arm off, I'm like, oh, it's Cooler's return, and slightly maybe if we hit him really hard together,
it's punching me in the dick.
Right.
Why does he keep punching me in the dick?
But yeah, it's a lot of references, a lot of great fight scenes last episode, man. That was that was a great midpoint. And I'm curious to see if Kara's gonna jump in and save him, or if we get some super new power activated.
I think the blue Superman powers will take over, maybe.
And also why
electric, well, I hope not, because if the bullet phases through him, then it hits the kids.
Played a female pimp in that movie. And maybe
you're
talking about the series where they had that split. Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about. What happened the previous season. My bad. So I know what you're talking about now. It took me a second. I know what you meant now. It took me a second, Rev.
Yeah, okay, I get it. But yeah, there was one more thing I was thinking about with this show. Trying to remember it now, but yeah, getting the three people to come through, the three supers to come through, it was a phenomenal episode. I'm curious to see. Yeah, I'm just curious to see how they carry on from here, and why the ghost of the not the Sanctum Sanctorum. Why is the icy place in
Fortress of Solitude?
Yeah, why is the Fortress of Solitude sending me voice messages?
That's going to be interesting because I'm trying to see how they're going to bring that into play, because I really don't know, because considering the fact that he set it up himself with the remnants of a ship in one story, and then it could go, it honestly can go 10 different ways. So I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to bring the Fortress of Solitude in it, especially with him with blue powers and power short circuiting. It's going to be an interesting see. It's going to, like I said, if you haven't seen my events with Superman, this current season that they're on right now, highly recommend that you do, because Jimmy has more money and then loses money and then somehow gains money, and then now apparently is about to be hunted by Kara. So
Jimmy is negative $1,500 in debt.
Yeah, he is. I mean, that man had money and then he blew it in one season. I was like, really, of all things, Jim. But anyway. Check out my Adventures with Superman on Adult Swim or HBO Max. If you got it, you will definitely not be disappointed. But that being said, guys, we are definitely going to wrap it up. We know comics this week. We will be back, hopefully, with comics on the next side. But let us know what you guys have been reading so far. It seems the Absolute Universe is not going anywhere, although Green Arrow has been good from what I've been told. Wonder Woman has been great. Batman doesn't seem like it's slowing down anytime soon. Flash and Superman are also great. Hopefully DC does not run into the ground, but we'll see. But with that being said, we do want to thank everybody that liked, that watched, that shared our show, let people know it's live. We certainly appreciate it. Shameless plugging as we usually do on our way out. I start with the man, the myth, the legend himself, who's always doing something. Tafari, I want to let you know what you're doing, where you can be found, sir.
Yeah, you can find me on the main channel, mostly doing shorts. I haven't had to make a new video in a while because the gaming world keeps just letting me recycle old stuff. That or the annoying world that is IRL streamers and the infection that they are spreading to every place in the nerdy spaces. Very much there are things being worked on behind the scenes about that. I think it'll be less of an issue next year, hopefully. But yeah, you can find me on Tafari TV at all platforms doing shorter bits and talking about the anniversaries of Pokemon Go or the original Green Lantern movie, which is turned 15 last month, or other things that are going on, X-Men memes, jokes about My Adventures of Superman, House of the Dragon on the gaming channel. We are done with Life is Strange. We are currently going through Zatch Bell, Mamoto Fury. If this damn camera would stop with the blur.
Yeah, that camera actually blurred it out too. It really is blurred out.
It showed for a second. Hold on. Because I had this and another one in here somewhere. Let's turn.
That is wild that it actually blurred out.
I'm glad that it's at least trying to do its job. But yeah, Zatch Bell, Mamoto Fury. And then we'll be switching to IGPX on Wednesday, where I will try to fight fair. And if not, I'm just going to break everyone's mechs because that game is quite challenging. But that is about it for me.
All right. Thank you for that, sir. Another man that's always busy, especially out and about. Joe, will people know what you're doing, where they can find you, sir?
Well, I'm no longer working 7 days a week because I took my Fridays back.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, really. New computer, which means I can actually do things like Tafari and Will and stream like a normal person these days. So first stream is up. We're doing some retro gaming, and by that I mean we're going to be doing some mech games on Sega Saturn. I just dropped the first part of Mobile Suit Gundam Blue Destiny. I really want to say Blue Sea, but that's a different anime. That's not New Gundam. Blue Destiny Part 1. Each Blue Destiny game I don't think is only 6 missions because for Sega Saturn it's very resource intensive. After that we may go either Iron Griffin or Gun Griffin or Mech Warrior 2. I don't know. We'll just stream some Fridays, maybe some Wednesday nights. We'll figure it out. If PlayStation Connect wants to play ball with me, I'll be able to stream some PlayStation 5 games on and stream it, even though I can stream, but I can stream with my face, which may or may not help my cause. But other than that, I'll meet Middle Tennessee Gaming on Tuesday nights for Beyblade, Thursday nights to help out with Popper Night for Magic the Gathering, a Kamen only format, and then Saturdays I'm there all day from open till around 8 or 9. Just loading binders or talking shop and selling card games. This is where you can come in and go see if you can start putting money down for Kamigawa and Zaheer. Also, with the way my ring light is, I feel like I need to tell Shinji to get into the robot. Other than that, hanging out with Middle Tennessee API, the Nashville Asia Pacific Islander advocacy group. For those in Nashville, vote. Please, dear God, vote. Voting is coming up here.
Dear God, vote.
God, get that. Make sure that woman doesn't become governor. Please. Her dumbass smashing fortune cookies, thinking it's a Chinese thing when fortune cookies were made by Americans in California, and Tennessee is the biggest maker of fortune cookies. Holy shit.
I know.
Fuck. Yeah. Just do that. Don't come see me at my other job. My other job is I work at a hospital. Don't come see me. Even to say hi. Just wave at me from across the street, and then I'll ask you, why are you at my apartment?
Damn.
Yeah, no, I think that's all I got right now.
All right. Thank you for that, Joe. Before I do get to myself, we always do want to shout out APR TV. Why? Because the Give It podcast can be seen on APR TV. It's an app that's on the Roku channel as well as Amazon Fire. Trust me, there are other shows on there as well as ours. Definitely check it out. You will not be disappointed. Also, BlurStation.com. We have talked about BlurStation.com for going on 2 years now. It's a streaming site with content for us, by us. Movies, television, anime, you name it. $10.99 a month to stream Blur Station, and Blur Station can be streamed on all smart devices. Also, check us out, the Give It Podcast on YouTube. Literally type in the GB Podcast. We are the first thing that shows up. Very proud about that. You can definitely hit the like, share, subscribe, and notification button. So anytime that we do go live or we do upload a show or we do a playthrough or a review, you'll definitely be notified about it. Also, at the same time, thank you all 113 subscribers. We cannot thank you guys enough for rocking with us. If you are new to the page, definitely hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Again, thank you as we try to build this page up, as we try to make it bigger. And like I said, if it takes over to be our main jobs, we won't complain. Also, check out Blurred's Eye View. Myself, Tafari, and others of our podcast brethren on the show as well. We are currently in off-season status. We'll be coming back hopefully in September, I believe. But in the meantime, you can check out Blurred's Eye View on YouTube. Again, Blurred's Eye View, and you can definitely like and subscribe there. If you'll scroll down, you'll be able to see everybody there and follow them at their own separate pages. Follow Roomful of Blurs. She usually does streaming. She may not be streaming today, but she usually does video game streaming. She was playing 007 First Light last Friday. Not sure she's still doing it today, but she still does have her show every Sunday as she interviews indie comic book creators and artists, along with Nate Montel at 7 p.m. on Sundays. Definitely check her out. Geek by Heart, who's also in the crowd. She's also a streamer. Her and her husband do review movies and television shows and do video game streaming as well. As I said before, Lainey is currently playing Tears of the Kingdom. We'll hopefully go back to Silent Hill F one day. Her husband, Jay, will eventually be playing Gears of War E-Day once it comes out, but definitely check them out for the gaming, for the reviews, and for the laughs. But again, definitely check out Geek by Heart. Tafari TV Gaming, that's Tafari TV's second gaming channel. Again, Tafari TV does modern and retro games, and he does so from an exercise bike. This man used to do it from a treadmill till the treadmill came out. If that does not tell you about that man's conditioning, nothing does. Of course, our show, the Give It Podcast, my other news show, How the Frack We Got Here. Navy Montel at BlurCon Speaks does gaming as well with Marvel Snap, but he also interviews cosplayers and artists as well. Definitely check him out. Shoko, our looter shooter that covers Overwatch and Marvel Rivals, who's actually playing a little bit earlier today. Definitely check her out. Lore of the Culture, as he covers everything in Hollywood as well as comics, and of course, Tafari TV's original channel. And last but not least, although she is not pictured here, definitely check out Whoop-De Freaking Do and her nail artisan page at Fresh Press by Z for all your nail needs. You will definitely not be disappointed. Like and share and follow everybody, as we all have something to add to the culture. And trust me, we're all funny. At least I think so. And like we were saying earlier, guys, we wanted to show this because, again, con season is coming up. If you went to DreamCon, cool. I know a lot of people had fun as it being the first con. Shout out to Demetrius at Hellspawn Cosplay for Blurred and Powerful. If you go to blurredandpowerful.com and you go to Black-owned Comic-Cons, he actually has what's called the Green Book of Black Conventions. As you can see here, this is a listing of cons by state that you can go to if you're close enough or if you feel the need to travel. You can definitely go down here as these links all go to the home cons themselves. Again, we're trying to spread the news about cons and how fun they are, how much time you can have, the things you can learn, the shops, the events. Trust me, it is definitely a fun time if you've never been to one, but definitely check out Blurred and Powerful, especially the Black-owned comic conventions. He also has a shop there. He also has news about how you can help and contribute, because again, we're trying to create a safe space for blurs and nerds to enjoy cons and just, try to avoid IRL streamers to begin with. Yes, it actually happened. As for myself, my personal social, Black_Spartan615 on the interwebs. And I mean, it's everywhere. You can find me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitch. Like, share, and follow. I usually talk to everybody. Just don't make it weird. I don't want to get the habit of blocking people. At the same time, guys, as we're signing off, mental health is important, guys. With everything that's going on in this world right now, mental health is everything. Please take advantage of the services and therapies in your area, because great mental health is above all else is what makes a healthy body. I haven't said this in a while, but I need to bring this back. If you have the ability to make somebody happy for a minute, a day, or a lifetime, please do so. The world could use more of it. At the same time, gentlemen, go to the doctor. It's not that hard. We got to stop making this excuse that we can keep putting it off. You never know what's going on into your body until you finally take the time to take care of yourself. So just like women got self-care Sundays, we got to take care of ourselves to be around for the ones that we love. Also, like I said, we talked about cons. The rules still do apply, ladies and gentlemen. Rule number 1, respect the cosplayer at all times. Cosplay is not consent. Please treat people like human beings. In other words, show respect or get stepped. Your choice. Rule number 2, hygiene is important, guys. Soap, water, deodorant, all the above. If you're going into a closed off space, please make sure that you've taken care of yourself in every area, including your teeth. Because again, nobody wants to smell bad breath with their back turned to you, and nobody wants to think you're funky just because you decide this was the day that you're going to wear that underwear for 4 days in a row. Again, cleanliness is above all else helpful, especially the fact that everything that's going around in the world today. And the last one that I have for myself, that I have for everybody else, guys, be nice, be kind, talk, share, and invite people to your fandoms. Don't be a dick, and you won't get jumped. At the same time, as we said, with BlurredCon having their wrestling theme for next year, hey, if you dress up, don't just the only thing I will tell you, don't dress as Hogan. You'll get jumped. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you right now. You dress up as Hogan going to BlurredCon next year, 9 times out of 10, you will get jumped. That also being said, as we wrap this up, guys, we know it's the weekend. People want to relax, wind down, however, whatever vice you choose. The only thing that we do ask, guys, is please be smart, be safe, go home. Nobody wants to be in jail over the weekend. That being said, we'll hopefully be back here next Friday, same Get Bit time, same Get Bit channel, with news of the week, as well as anything else that may appear, or, if Sony comes to their senses and says, you know what, we're going to go back to just keeping disc. We don't know. But with that being said, guys, any last words we call tonight?
Need something to do this weekend. The Odyssey is out. I heard Nolan has got another hit on his hands.
I so want to see that. Like I said, Nolan doesn't miss, but if you listen to his child, it's like you don't get awards for your movies. Damn. Joe, anything else?
Just went to Scryfall, which is the Magic Archive. You can build a loose tribal Zaheer deck right now. Some cards being used currently. Most of them are based around one single dude, and the other one is like knights. But still, it's not a bad commander deck.
All right, cool. And thanks, Rogers. Thanks, Bama. Thanks, Lenny, and everybody else who's watching. We certainly appreciate you guys. But as we wrap this up, we do want to thank everybody for watching. Again, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I promise we'll get through this, guys. Live long and prosper. Have a great weekend. We are out. Peace.